Somebody give me a guillotine. I just might ride on my enemies. Talking, I fuck on my energy. Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Robo of Left Face TV. Welcome to episode 123 of the Nerds of Culture podcast, which I've got my handy dandy
1, 2, 3, make a wish.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even catch that at first. Yeah, I'll take it. But no, we are the Woke Breakfast Club. We are the Woke Shade Room. We are the Woke New York Undercover of YouTube. We are the Woke Justice Gang. We are the Woke Avengers, the Woke Hellfire Club, the Woke Losers Club, the Woke Damage Control. We are also the Woke Jedi Council, and more importantly, we are the League of Extremely Woke Gentle People. We are everything woke, everywhere woke, all at once, and all of it with a dash of sass on. Welcome to the show.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't really fit. I was trying to work in my head how to work it in, like, and it has to be like a group, like a woke group. But right now, Maneater and I are watching Interview with the Vampire, the TV thing.
Oh yeah,
we just got to season 2. I was like, woke, the woke interview. That doesn't work. I'll think of something. I'll think of something.
What the woke Anne Rice Dark universe?
That's it. There you go.
Which is already pretty woke in and of itself, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
Because it's literally like, I was joking with somebody about this. I still haven't watched the last episode for one reason or another. I cannot.
Season 2?
No, season 3. What is because now it's not even called Interview with a Vampire anymore. The most recent season 3 is called The Vampire Lestat, and the next season will be Queen of the Damned. So there you go.
Got it.
But no, I when I was watching it, because when it was like first coming on, because I don't think Cynthia ever really got down with the books like that. I think she only really just knew like the original movie. And when we were watching together, she was like, "This is way gayer than I remember it." And I was like, "I know
it is though."
But
that's what Maneater told me. He was like, "I was like, were they always like? Did the movie like play it down?" And she's like, "Nah, it was just coded that way. It was also just coded in the books, right?" And the show is like, "Nah, we're going all the way."
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
Yeah.
That was, which, I mean, to be fair, I'm good with it because, like, I saw the subtext and I was like, yeah, this shit's gay as fuck, boy, and I'm here for it. But
you know what? They knew I was watching, right? So, like, obviously, if you've been watching this show more than one episode, you would know we have no problem with them being gay. But there's a reason why I don't watch Lifetime movies, right? Because it's like that is directed to like a certain audience, or like YA movies like Maneater loves, but it's not me. I'm not the audience. There was a part where I'm like, am I gonna have to be gay to watch this? Like I'm too like, is this only? But then it was like, nah, there's some titties. Okay, we're good. We're
good. There's a titty every now and again.
Look, man, just throw some titties at me a little bit every now and then, and we're good.
We're good. Yeah. No, I love
it's awesome.
The Vampire Lestat. It like, and I saw there were some people who were upset about it, but I was like, I don't like. Okay, admittedly, if it's because
like outside of the homophobia stuff.
Yeah, outside of the homophobia stuff. Like, I've seen some people who were like, "Oh, it's not gay enough," and I was like, "How is it not?" I was like, "Dude's literally
the
like,"
fuck?
I was like, "This is." But
look,
you know what?
Pornhub is right there.
It's right there. Like, and sometimes I do wonder because it's usually the people who like, and this isn't because they're gay. It's because like I follow them online, so it's like I see their like posts, and their posts are like very, very like, it's always like about fucking. So like it's always like
right.
that's usually what it comes down to. So so whenever
Look.
they say it ain't gay enough, I'm like, oh, you mean it's not gay enough because they didn't actually show like butthole penetration. Is
penetration.
Was
there
like,
wasn't
okay,
one
cool.
dong the whole scene. Not gay enough. Like,
it's not gay enough. I was like,
right,
which you know what? You know what?
Spartacus is right there.
Spartacus is right there, brother. Like I'm just saying, it's right there. Like no, but I love the show. I think it's great.
Let me tell you something. All this like, all this shit about like, man, just show us titties because I'm a man. I was bawling in the season finale of season 1.
Oh yeah, no. The
Maddie's looking over at me. I'm like, she goes, oh, like, dang, you really like, he's killing his like he has to kill him, but like.
Yeah, it's like you get it.
You see it in his face, man. I'm like,
oh, season 2, dude. Season 2 had me in the Hurt Locker. I was like,
really,
oh, yeah. Season 2.
I'm already in the Hurt Locker because they changed the actress on me.
Yeah. Oh, that was yeah.
Bad.
Which I will say this. I will say this. As much as it annoyed me, they changed the actress.
You still
I'm kind of slick. I'm kind of slick. Glad they did because I like the newer girl better. I like the newer girl better, actually.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll give her a chance.
But no, you said wait, hold up. This is hilarious. I love this.
I don't have none of that up.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Says if they want dong, go watch Watchmen. I mean, yeah, Watchmen is right there. You get blue dong.
Highlighted everything.
Yeah, dude, literally, right? Like glowing. You can't miss it. Yeah. Who is the better Lestat? The new guy talking about Sam Reed. Yeah, Sam. Okay, so
they
Sam Reed
versus.
No. He's the. I think Mike's talking about like across the entire. Adaptations because
I see.
Yeah, because he's like Tom Cruise or Sam Reed or which Sam Reed is the TV show and then I think it was Stuart Townsend was Queen of the Dam. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Sam Reed in second place. Ain't even close. It is not even close.
It's about the show we're talking about is the best Lestat.
Yes, I'm talking about like Sam Reed is the actor who plays Lestat. Like it's not to say Tom Cruise is a bad Lestat. He actually was a fantastic Lestat.
Yeah.
But the thing is like it was kind of like y'all remember that Cat Williams joke when he was talking about how like people buying Chrysler 300s because they look like Phantoms. That's kind of what Tom Cruise Lestat is to me now. Like I used like because I read the books. I thought Tom Cruise was like, dude, he's perfect. He's a fucking perfect Lestat. He's cunty. I was like, he's a piece of shit, but he's so affably like bad that like you want like you hate him, but you want to love him at the same time. Sam Reed can do it. And he could do it even like it's like
there's
he's doing
levels
it
to this. Yes,
right.
there's like there's layers to this whole like it's not just I'm charming and also a piece of shit, right? There's your no, this guy's like even when I'm charming,
yes,
I'm scary as fuck, but still charming, and you can't deny that. You know what I'm like?
Right.
Dang,
and he's also able. He's also able, by the time you get to the Vampire Lestat, I'm gonna go to right now, he's able to win you back. There's ways in which he's able to be like,
you know what? I literally am crying, tears on my face,
right?
when he's dying, and I'm over here like, no way, yeah, of course,
like
I can see.
It's like, of course he's gonna win you, but no, like
shit the whole season, and I'm still crying that old dude has to kill him. Yeah,
quotey fake. Well, it's like saying it's like Tom Cruise looks and acts like Lestat till you see actual Lestat show up and it's Sam Reed. I'm like, oh no, brother. I'm sorry. Like Tom Cruise, it's kind of like with when people talk about who their Bond is, who their Spider-Man, their Batman, their Superman. The thing is, you probably have one. Like in any of these categories, you probably had one. Like one who was like your end all be all until a better one came along. And that's basically what happened. Like if you would have asked me before the show, I'd have said, oh, between Stuart Townsend and And Tom Cruise?
Tom
Oh
Cruise?
God, it's Tom Cruise any day of the week. But yeah, if you ask me that today, I'm like, she,
Yeah.
she.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
See,
no,
but people like that ruin it, I feel. Like he's ruined
yeah.
it for like future actors. I mean, you can never
Yeah.
adapt this again because how are you gonna top that Lestat, you know?
No, you can't. Yeah, you really can't. And I will.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say something else controversial. I'm gonna say something else.
And yet so brave.
Very. Yeah, and you know what? Incredibly brave. I will have you know. I forget the name of the actor, but the actor, I think it's Ben Daniels. Ben Daniels, the actor who plays Santiago in season 2,
Mm.
blows Stephen Ray out of the water. And Stephen Ray was a fantastic Santiago. For those who know what I'm talking about, Santiago, if you're not as familiar with Interview with the Vampire lore, Santiago was the character who was in the Theater des Vampires. He was the main actor who basically like clocked Louis and Claudia in the crowd. He was the one who also like figured out. He was one that figured out that they killed their master. And he was the one dancing on the ceiling and shit, doing all that shit. The actor Ben Daniels, who comes in on the second season and plays Santiago, blows him out. That's kind of the beauty of the show, is that like they know now, they have the benefit of hindsight. They know what worked from the movie and from the book, and they also know what doesn't work. And they're able to course correct and bring a level of performance. And also it's a TV show, so you're getting way more time with these people. Santiago gets like, I think a grand total like 5, maybe 6, 8 minutes of screen time. I'm being generous when I say that. I think he gets a smooth 6 minutes of screen time in the movie.
You know, it's
Ben
funny.
Daniels gets multiple episodes.
I look up Stephen Ray Santiago because I wanted to like just see who he was. Totally unrelated, but Steven Santiago out of New York City is wanted for a double homicide of 2 22-year-olds. So I was like, who the fuck is this? Oh, Stephen Ray Santiago. Okay, got it.
Yeah, like it's a funny thing too, because like I remember when I originally saw Interview with the Vampire, like back in the day. And I was like, dude, Stephen Ray is at like here, I'll pull it up just so y'all can see it. But like Stephen Ray was out here killing it. I was like, bruh, let's go. I was like, this dude, this is the man. I was like, this is the man right here. But here, let's let us double back. And here, let's see, where can I get back to my here we go. Let's do Ben Daniels. And you like you got this dude right here is haunting. Like when you get to this dude he's the genuine article. There's no
he's a bad guy.
Oh, Santiago's always a bad guy. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Are there any other, I don't know, like good and bad in this story is very they play fast and loose with it, but are there any goodish people besides
Louis and Claudia?
Well, and Armand?
Oh, yeah. Well, so yes.
Okay.
But they're not important, or almost say they're not important. They're not as important as some of the other characters might be.
Okay. Okay, one more question. Does Mr. Slickback rapist ever come back again, or that was the last? It was just for that scene.
Talking about from season 1? Yes, that does.
We do see him again.
That does come back up. That does make the matter of fact. This season that just ended.
Okay, all right, waiting for it.
Yeah.
I want that dude to get his.
Yeah, you. I will say no more than this. He gets his.
Got it.
That is all I'll say. I won't even say how.
Yeah.
But yeah. That, like I said, show was fantastic. Let's see.
Nolan Wells. That sounds familiar.
That's the young man who went out on the boating.
He
went on that vacation with his white
right.
friends, and they came back. His phone came back, but he didn't come back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. His shoes.
Oh, yeah. I have.
Mhm.
I don't
You
know
heard the recording, right?
I
With the
heard there was a
fabulous
new.
kayaking.
Yeah, I heard there was a newer like that. I heard the recording. I heard there was a newer version that was more cleaned up. That I haven't heard. So I don't know if
Yes.
there was
Yeah. There's
any.
a family out on kayaks,
Mm,
and they're just, the family has nothing to do with nothing. But as they're recording, you hear in the background the cleaned up audio is like, "Is he dead? Oh my god!" And then people are like arguing and like, yeah, it's they
brother.
murdered that boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I said it. Look, I said it the second that the word got out. I was like, look, I'm not trying to be one of these people trying to like Nancy Drew this shit, but I mean,
Mhm.
let's keep it a buck. If a person goes on a trip with their friends, the friends come back, but the person who went with them doesn't come back. They say, "Oh, we don't know where this person is." But the people who came back have the motherfucker who's missing's phone. Not only that, but it's clear that they've gone through his phone and deleted shit.
And when they
Come
called for emergency
on.
services, it was to say their boat is sinking, not because their friend is missing?
Come
Okay.
on, brother. Come on.
Okay.
Come the fuck on. I'm sorry, but and I think I said something about this on Threads. I was like, dude, as a guy who I grew up in a lot of different cliques and camps and circles and
Mhm.
things of that nature. I
Mhm.
grew up in predominantly black neighborhoods. I grew up in, predominantly white neighborhoods. I went to schools that were predominantly black, and I went to schools that were predominantly white.
Mhm.
And throughout the course of that time, I have been in circles. Yeah, I've had like there were periods of my life where the majority of my friends were white, and there were periods of my time where the majority of my friends were black, and sometimes like a mixture of the two, depending on
Mhm.
where I was at the time. Because
Mhm.
while we didn't
Same.
we didn't like I don't want to like I wasn't like jet setting across the world or anything or moving like different states. It's just that my mom and I moved around a lot within Memphis, and Memphis is a pretty diverse place if
Mhm.
you really pay attention. And it's like there were times where we just lived in very different parts. Like I could actually even break it down. Like the first like 13 years of my life, I was in predominantly black spaces. Like I lived in
Mhm.
predominantly black neighborhoods, predominantly black schools. I think there was like one stitch of time where I went to like an optional school for like seventh grade. You're kind of in the middle of all that, where I was at a school that was like kind of like an even mixture of white and black. And then when I went to high school, my first year of high school, I went to a predominantly white school. And when and then like my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I was in a school that was predominantly black. And I lived in but I lived at the time, I lived in a predominantly white neighborhood. So like I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've
Mhm.
been
Mhm.
around enough places where I'm the only black face, and I know how motherfuckers act when you're the only
Mhm.
one there.
Mhm.
When they said that motherfucker went on a trip with some folks and it was just white folks and he was the only nigga that was around, I knew what time it was, because I have had those types of friends where they seem like they're your friends, but the second you do something that they don't like, the second you say some shit that they don't like,
You're on the outside.
oh, 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 brother. I can tell you, like, every time that I've been called the hard R by people who claim to be my friends, it was when I did something that they didn't like.
That's right.
And they would blame
That's
me. Oh,
right.
you made me mad. You made me mad. Like it was very, look what you made me do.
Right,
Look
of
what you
course.
made me do. I'm not normally like this. You made me racist. I'm not
That's
normally
right.
racist. You made me call you the N-word.
I've never said that word in my entire life. It was
Right?
just now for the first time ever. Thanks a lot.
but it's like for me, the way I grew up, the hard R was in a nice, pristine case of glass that
Uh-huh.
I break in case of emergency. I've never, in all my years, I've never had to break that glass, and you made me do. And I'm like this. Fuck that shit. Y'all know what happened. Those kids, I don't even call them kids. Fuck them. Because they want to treat us like we're grown ass motherfuckers who know better. Whenever someone black is on the line, well, guess what? Let's treat them like some grown ass folks. Let's not infantilize these folks. They know what the fuck they did. They killed that boy.
Right.
They know exactly what happened. They hid it. They lied to police. Everybody need to go to jail. Everybody. Yep. I mean the folks he went on the trip with, motherfucker driving the boat, the parents of these children,
parents who are out there helping them cover it up.
The police.
There's some information
who
about
probably
the grandfather. The grandfather.
Yeah. Everybody got to go to jail.
When they called in, saying their boat was sinking, the grandfather was also like corroborating some shit, saying, "Yeah, it was this and that." I'm like, wait a minute. But if it really was something else, why was the grandfather saying that? Because the grandfather was also protecting him. Look,
they gotta go.
Here's the best case scenario, right? This is because you hear some people out there talking about like, well, they might have not, blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm gonna give you, they probably killed that boy, right? But here's a different scenario. That's the best case scenario that they still belong on the wall. And that is, something stupid happened, whether through a prank or whatever, and they didn't realize dude was dying, and dude died. Also, they declined having the Coast Guard, National Guard come out the search room. Oh, wow.
yeah. See, like I said,
and
these motherfuckers have never beaten the charges. I'm sorry.
And even if they didn't go, no, let's kill this guy, and they saw him die, their first instinct was, we're going to get in trouble for this. We're drunk. We got drugs on us. We got weed or whatever. And then they're like, that's a black dude. Who gives a fuck? We all got to stick together. Like, if that was any one of them, that wouldn't have went down like that.
Oh, no. Please believe this was, I know what you did last summer in real time, in real life. You can't convince me otherwise. Because what was it they said? And I know what you did last summer. We can't call this in.
It's
going to ruin my life.
That's right.
I'm supposed to go to college next year.
That's right.
I'm supposed to go to the beauty pageant next year.
You think they're willing to go to sacrifice all of that
for a Negro?
Yeah, hell no.
Nah.
Hell no.
And this right here, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, when I first heard about the Nolan Wells stuff, this was the first thing that crossed my mind. I was like, dude, do you know how many times my black ass went on camping trips with like an all-white group of people, going out into the boonies, going out into the country? I've done it more than like I can count no less than at least 8, maybe 9 times in my like high school and like kind of post-high school life where I did some shit like that. Shit where like booze and drugs and whatever the fuck else we did as teenagers was involved. Yeah, I literally kind of had to lean back in my chair and be like, dude, I could have been that kid. I could have been that kid, because I do distinctly remember instances where like I got into arguments with people like while we were on trips over like shit that like in the great grand scheme of things was not important, but it was shit that was like, oh, like the way I was responded to is, oh, you think you're people, like you think you're a part of the group. You think you're one of us, like that's how they use, like the same way that they would treat someone who is racially ambiguous, that they would treat them as like, oh no, you're one of us. Because they used to do that shit to me too, that Chris Rock shit. Oh, you're not one of them. You're black. We think you're black. You're not a nigger like those other.
Right.
Like they used to do that shit to me.
How many times have y'all heard there's a difference between black people and you know what's funny?
Every time.
You talked about that ambiguously. Listen, my 23 years in the military, I learned something.
Yep.
And this is why, going back to a thing that I've said ad nauseum, why I don't I don't even want to say claim because I don't deny my black
Mm.
heritage, that's in my ancestry, but I know I don't move through the world like a black man because when I would go out there, there's this space that non-black Latinos live in. And some of them love that shit. All right. Like maybe even like 48% of them would vote for Trump or something. Who knows? Uh it's the fact that white people will go, you may be brown, but at least you're not black. And so I have people drop the cold as hard N words, like and using other
I believe
slurs
that
like
shit.
porch, whatever. And I'm just like, and I was sitting there and it, I was like, what the fuck? Like I'm sitting there as a master sergeant, right? I'm a higher ranking dude driving around during training, and this guy in the back's talking to one of his friends, and he goes, "Holy shit, what's up,
Mm-hmm.
hard ER, right? Hard ER. Check this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Check this shit out." I stop the car. I look behind me, and they're like, "Oh no 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 no! Hey, he's black. He's black. We're just fucking around." And I believe it. I'm just
I
like,
mean, well,
I believe
like,
that survival thing, man. You don't know how
mm-hmm.
many times I've seen other
Yeah,
black tech plea sit there and let them play like
yeah.
that because they have to, I guess they feel,
Yeah,
or
you
something.
have to
I
play
don't
the.
know.
It's survival instinct because
Mhm.
okay, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent like this at the start, but like I was actually watching. I don't know if you
But
watched
here
it
we are.
yet. Yeah, well, here we are. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? This is our show. We do whatever the fuck
That's
we
right.
want.
That's right.
But I was watching this documentary before we jumped on, and it put me in a real foul mood. And I don't expect anyone to be able to tell, but it was called Israelism. I don't know if
Ooh.
you've watched it yet.
Not yet. No.
But it's in the server.
Okay.
So the framing of the documentary, if you couldn't tell, it's about Israel,
Yeah.
but it's got a couple of people in it who grew up as Jews, like fully in the shit. Like they went to Hebrew school,
Uh-huh.
you
They got the
came up
curly things
all the
going.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they literally were like dyed in the wool true believers.
Mhm.
And as they got older, they broke away
Right.
and started speaking out and standing up for Palestine. One of the people that's involved is a little more involved than the other one. In so much the sense there was this one young lady who like her involvement is pretty much, at least as far as I got in the documentary, because I had to turn it off because it was pissing me off. Her, I guess, participation in was in so much that like you always see those things where people like go into colleges and like speaking out against Israel, and then there's those people that are there that are like try to be like, well, no, you're being anti-Semitic by calling out Israel, da 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 da. Israel has a right to exist, blah blah blah. She was one of those people that would do that.
Mm, mm.
Now the guy actually served in the IDF,
Yeesh.
and he recounts a story of him being in the IDF, how they detained some kid at the checkpoint and bringing him to the detention center. And he's talking about the whole experience, how like they separated dude from like I think was his mom, like snatched him away, like had him like zip tied and like blindfolded, threw him in the truck, and he says like his job was basically to take them at the checkpoint and bring them to the detention center, and that was basically like where his job began and ended. But then he talks about how when he got the kid to the checkpoint and the people who walked up to receive him basically took him, flung him to like literally like kicked him to the ground, and bear in mind his hands are zip tied behind his back, so the kid lands flat on his face. And basically said they sat there, and he said he literally watched another officer who was supposed to bring the kid in have a whole smoke break, like finish a whole cigarette while watching this kid get the crap kicked out of him by several other IDF assholes. and he basically said like he was, and the guy basically talks about like, yeah, I wanted to say something, but he's like, I felt like I couldn't say anything because he's like
That's
my
right.
commanding,
That's right.
yeah, because he was like my commanding officer's right there, and he's not saying anything. And he said, and there's all these other officers around, none of them are saying anything. Like everybody's acting like it's normal. And he's talking about how like this isn't even like the only time. He's like, he says, I have hundreds of stories like this story. And basically he's talking about how this led to his disillusionment, with the whole program. And they also show other things where like the IDF are like kicking in doors and like taking over people's homes and just snatching people off the street, just literally antagonizing. It's like, and honestly, it was even more triggering just because of all the stuff we have over here with ICE. Because I mean, honestly, and I, you know what? I'll put this out here. I can't, tell you a whole heap of a lot, but I'll just say this. If you ever have the time, look up the documentary Israelism. If you're one of those people who's like, well, I don't really have an opinion on the whole Israel
It doesn't affect
Palestine
me.
thing. Yeah, it doesn't affect me. I'm gonna be honest with
fuck
you.
It doesn't.
Watch this shit, because the shit that the IDF, because they got footage. They got footage of the IDF acting a whole monkey. The shit that the IDF is doing to Palestinians, it's the same shit that ICE is doing to people over here. The only difference is that I would say theirs is a bit more organized. Actually, I would say a lot more organized. Israel's, because that's basically what the IDF is. They're basically ICE. That's basically what they are. Like disguised as an actual like military force. But like, that I was watching
because
that documentary.
they have
really
no
fucked my day up.
they have no reins over there. The America
no
sucks.
guardrails.
No, please don't. No one misunderstand me. America sucks, right? But like, at least there's some portion of the population that is like has some sense of morality, right? And then even the people in the government, if you think they're all corrupt, there's some portion of the government that has a they know they can profit off also pretending to care about that stuff, right? And so if it was up to the freaking fascists and the Jews will not replace those people, we would be exactly like the IDF and Nazis and all of them, right? But instead, they have to like, well, I want to win. I don't want to lose my seat. And so we get to over there in Israel, bro. There was a whole scandal where it came out on video. This was not about are they lying or not. It was a serial rape thing where they got on video a bunch of I don't know, IDF or corrections, whatever, Israelis raping Palestinians, right?
Yeah.
In custody, right? So this was like, did it happen? No, it wasn't about did it happen. That's not what the fight was. Not even in Israel, the fight wasn't about did it happen. The fight was, what do we do about it?
Right.
And I watched a motherfucker in the middle of like their Senate. What is it called? The Knesset.
Yeah, the Knesset,
argue. And his argument was, well, look what the Palestinians did to us. And look what they've been doing to us. And look at October 7th and how many people died. And like, I'm watching, like, oh my God, the hearing is about the rape that you guys know happened. And your literal argument is, yeah, well, look what they did. This is the country. Like their country is orders of magnitude. I don't want to say worse because I think we are worse, but like, I like they have no guardrails. So like you said earlier,
no guardrails. They can do literally whatever the fuck they want, whenever they want, however they want. And, like, to the point that when we had multiple people killed by ICE over here, shit made national news. Shit made international news.
Right.
And over there, you ain't never going to hear about that shit.
Yeah. Worse, you will hear about it. And they'll go, we'll look into it.
The framing will be different. The framing will be different. Like, instead of it being like, IDF soldiers have murdered an innocent man or woman. Instead of it being that, it'll be today, IDF officers caught multiple terrorists and dispatched with them
Mhm.
quickly, protecting our peace.
Yep.
God
Yep.
bless. God bless the IDF.
A
That's
a
basically
real
what you would
headline.
hear.
A real headline.
Mhm.
Recently there was, they were getting shot at, right?
Mhm.
Palestinians in the West Bank were getting shot at. There was this whole thing, and then IDF soldiers came, and some Palestinians were like, they had it. And I was like, man, that's so dope.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they died. They gave their life. They martyred themselves
Mhm.
because in this fight where other Palestinians had already been killed, they said, fuck this. And they beat the shit out of some IDFs, took their weapons, and shot back. 2 IDF people died during this whole thing, right?
Mhm.
The headlines in Israel is Palestinians attack IDF and kill 2.
Yeah.
No mention of the fact that it was the settlers that started it. No mention of
Yeah.
the Palestinians that had already died by the settlers' hands, and that's why IDF was in there in the first place. No, we don't get to say any of that. We're gonna say Palestinians killed some IDF soldiers. Isn't that sad?
It's like
Fuck
the
'em.
90s and the LAPD all over again. Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
god, yeah. That's why we say, like, you gotta kind of pay attention to that stuff. So, like, you know, don't ever think that, like, you know, it doesn't affect you, that it's not something that you have to worry about. Trust me, yeah, they're a million miles away from us, but the reality is there's people here who want what they got over
Atlanta
there,
PD and IDF
over here.
do training together.
Yep.
Atlanta PD, Cop City.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't know how many people in the chat are from Georgia, but Keisha Lansbottoms, mayor of Atlanta. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about like identitarian politics and stuff like that. It gets like yes, white people suck. I want a black president, but then when we got Obama, right? Keisha
Yeah.
Lansbottoms of Georgia, who won the primary and is going to go against an absolute MAGA fascist for sure, literally fought to keep the relationship between the training of Atlanta PD and Israel, right? And when all the groups are saying wanting them to divest, right? Top City, which is tearing down the forest and being put right outside black neighborhoods and poverty-stricken neighborhoods, people come to her and said, hey, stop Cop City,
Mm-hmm.
support us. She didn't just not do anything about it, which would have also been bad. She fought for Cop City, was one of the people who charged RICO, who developed RICO charges against the activists. When they say it doesn't affect us here, yes, the fuck
Yeah,
it
it
does
does. It
directly.
actually does. To the point, like, because then I can't remember how this vote actually went, but weren't they trying to get the IDF and the United States military like integrated or some shit, or like,
Yeah, there was some
yeah,
talk. I recently too. I don't even know
yeah,
where
it
that
was
went.
very recent, like in the last
So
month. They were trying
yeah,
to, and that's why I say, like, dude, Israel is all the way the fuck over there. They don't have shit to do with us. Why are so many people putting the cape? Like, and look, first off, we know why. It's all because of a
yep,
magical sky man and a fucking book.
yep,
A
yep,
book of bedtime stories is why this shit's happening, because people take
yep,
that shit seriously. But it's like, you know, they gave up believing in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the fucking Tooth Fairy, but they still believe in the fucking magic spell book
yep.
that they were force fed as
And
children.
Narnia is going to come as soon as that temple's
Yeah,
rebuilt in Israel. When
yeah.
Greater Israel is established, Narnia will come to Earth,
Aslan
and
will
everything
come
will be
back.
great. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally.
Aslan
Yeah.
will come back. He'll be played by Liam Neeson. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Yeah.
You know, until it's not. Prince Caspian's gonna come down. Is gonna on the third day. Prince Caspian rose again in fulfillment of the scriptures. You know, or some bullshit like that. I don't. Oh, and yes, and yes, that was true. They did dump food. They destroyed food. And Mike Vance said, "Do y'all hear about the Republican senator who abused his wife and daughter and his father-in-law, who's also a Republican senator? And they did nothing about it. It's being currently he's currently still being smacked with it because he went on Max Miller, yeah, he went on whose show was it? What was the name of that? Tapper. Jake Tapper.
Jake
He went on
Tapper.
Jake Tapper's show, and Jake Tapper, look, fuck Jake Tapper because he's a whole piece of
Right.
shit.
Right.
But he chewed that motherfucker out
Got
and
him.
basically made him expose himself. It's one of those things where like he kind of tried to, he basically did like classic abuser talk to get around it. Like, oh no, y'all don't have the whole story, and you know she's lying, and da 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 blah blah. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I was like, this is Darvo, this is Darvo, 100%.
Like Dana White slapping the shit out of his wife on camera, everybody seeing it, and everyone just being like, yeah, well, we don't know what she said before that, and I'm like, oh man.
Well, no, the worst part is he was emotionally manipulative because he had pictures. He had his kids' drawings up, like taped up on the like on the kitchen cabinets behind him. I was like, I promise you, those pictures were not there 24 hours ago.
Yep.
I said, I promise you, those pictures were not there 24 hours ago. I did get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. But no, that said, I do want to I want to read a super chat before we get into our main event of the evening, and that is from MDS Guys. Says, I'm so glad that I divested from the Skyman religion a long time ago. Damn, there had to said damn near had to fake my death and change my identity like Space Cobra. Man, dude, I'm telling you, man. It's so interesting to me to be on the outside looking in and just watching how people move. People who are like really like, and here's the thing. I'm not saying, look, hey, if you're like hyper religious, if that's your thing, I'm not saying that makes you a bad person. But what I am saying is that it is a system of control. And it's a system of control that does not have your best interest in heart. And I also think, especially if you are a black person, I know that like, and this is something you hear a lot, it is true. Black people by and large, I think really most black and brown communities are hyper religious by default, just because that's just kind of been the norm.
The result of colonization.
Yeah, it's the result of colonization and effectively is put in place to keep those people subservient to their oppressors, because back when they were initially indoctrinating slaves with Christianity, there was specific language in the Bible that was like, yeah, slavery is perfectly normal and fine and okay. Yeah, no, this is your rightful place. This is
it's still there.
Yeah, no, it still is. It still says that slavery.
Here's how you treat your slaves, and the slaves are supposed to obey their masters. And then we get the whole apologetics behind. No, not that kind of slavery. It was more like indentured servitude. I'm like, no, the fuck it wasn't. You know, it was more like indentured servitude too. It was like that for Jews. Isn't that funny?
Jews. Crazy how that works. Right?
Jews could work 7 years and get off. Unless of course they had a kid with a woman who was also a slave, and then he wanted to take her with him, but he couldn't because that woman was the master's property. So then what they would do is he can waive his right to freedom so that he could stay with his family, and then that would make him a slave forever.
It's crazy work.
But it's okay because it's not like it wasn't chattel slavery. Come on, guys.
Right. It's not the same thing.
Don't get me started.
I'm like, bro, like that's why when people try to like fight with me about when people try to fight with me about that whole like system, I'm like, don't do it. I was like, because I could do this shit all day. I can literally sit up and do this shit all day. I will. And I will.
Yeah.
But no, what I wanted to say was, we're going to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, if you couldn't tell from the stuff we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Can you imagine seeing the thumbnail coming in and being like, and then they murdered that boy. Let me tell you this one time I had with this white friends, and then like,
it's like, oh shit. It's
was
like,
this a movie?
I promise you, we are going to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. I even left a marker so I can leave a timestamp later. But no, for real. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's been a week. I feel like it's safe to say, we can talk about spoilers, and all that entails. We kind of talked around a lot of things in the last episode, and I kind of wanted to kind of spare people because it's one of those things where I initially thought about doing, hey, we'll talk about spoilers at the end. But it's one of those situations too where, like, if you're watching it live and you come in late, it's like, oh, you getting spoiled. There's no, because you're gonna come in where we're at, not where it starts, unless you're watching the VOD. But at that point, I don't have any sympathy for you because you clicked on a thing that was clearly talking about Spider-Man.
Facts.
And but neither here nor there. We can talk about everything more plainly. So this movie, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Sadie Sink. She of Stranger Things fame. We can finally say it. It's been we've had our scientists go in, do the testing.
The forensic team. Yep, it all came back.
we had the forensic teams. We had our analysts, our data analysts come back, and they have confirmed that we have our Jean Grey. Yes, it is true. Is now, like, it was the worst kept secret in the MCU, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why I never really 100% bought into the hype and the rumors surrounding her being Jean Grey, and it's because Marvel has a history. Marvel Studios has a history. They will hire a popular actor to be in a movie, and it's like a nothing burger role.
Stephen Boner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I will never get over that, ever. And every time it comes up, I will remind people that I'm never gonna get over it.
Oh yeah. Well, remember when they got Cheetah? When they got Cheetah from The Good Place, they put him in Quantumania, and everybody's like, "Oh, who is he gonna be? Is he gonna be Blue Marvel? Is he gonna be Night Thrasher? Is he gonna be some random whatever the fuck character? Like who's he gonna play?" And everybody's like, "Oh yeah." He played a random ass character that ain't nobody in this chat ever heard of before.
That's right.
Same thing happened. To a lesser extent here. In regards to like Ant-Man, to a lesser extent. Because like, oh, Lawrence Fishburne, we got Lawrence Fishburne. Who's he playing? Oh, he's just playing Black Goliath, and he's not even gonna do anything. like he's playing old. Like they took, and they did it multiple times. They brought in Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, granted, they're all playing characters who people might know or do know, but they're not really doing anything. Like Michelle Pfeiffer is there as like the original Janet Van Dyne. What is she doing? Nothing. Like, I mean, she gets some business, but it's like her whole purpose in the movie is just to kind of be like, I'm the mom. I'm the mom that gets to wear a superhero suit. And Hank Pym is the dad who occasionally gets to do something. It's like, oh, I'm actually the original Ant-Man, but I'm old, so I'm passing the mantle over. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to kind of make some funny jokes every now and again, and whatever, get a little bit of business here. You can't really trust Marvel when it comes to casting big name actors in a lot of their roles. I think that's something that's kind of changing because the prophecy has been fulfilled with Ghost Rider, because he's going to be portrayed by Ryan Gosling, as fan rumors have demanded for so long. But here we actually got, like, this one was right, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I did. Like I said earlier, why I didn't. There's another layer to that. It's also because a lot of the pictures that were saying that Sadie Sink is going to be Jean Grey, and they were like citing, like they were like, oh, here's the proof. All of it was AI. All of it was generative AI. Like they took shots, like they took actual real shots from like the trailers, but they
Mhm.
used AI to put Sadie Sink's face like front and center, and it was just
Of
like
course.
it's like okay, all right.
I'll tell you what though,
Yeah.
uh, I did not. I know some people got it spoiled anyways, like people like yourself who are like constantly looking at news and ready, getting ready for shows and all that stuff. I can see you getting spoiled, but some of y'all are sick. Some of y'all need help. By the way, I don't know if you know, but my wife's a therapist. We'll get you an appointment because some of y'all go and look to try to figure out what they can
Oh.
find out. And I'm
Mhm.
like, why would you do that to yourself? You know what I mean? I'm not on a Blerd cave. I don't have a YouTube channel like Blerd, right? So again, you know what I wasn't trying to do? Trying to figure out who the hell who is who inside that movie, you know?
Yeah.
Because well, let me tell you something. Like the way that she was moving, of course, you know, I'm not like super duper into comic books either, right? So I'm sure it was
Mhm.
obvious to somebody, you know, along the way, but like I'm like I remember because she kind of had that look from Ironheart, like Red Hood. I'm like, man, she looks like a Red Hood kind of like, nah, but it's not Red Hood. I wonder who this is. I'm
Mhm.
trying to like, she pulled that shit back and we're Jean Grey, and all I saw was the
Yeah.
red hair. But it was like, yeah, this shit is so dope. I was not thinking Jean Grey when I saw this scene right
No.
here.
Well, no, I wasn't either. I was like, who the I was
Yeah,
like, is this supposed to be like the
cloak or some shit.
like
I
the
don't know.
tinkerer or some shit or
Right,
but
right.
no, the reality is like I'm gonna tell you what actually and Marvel actually spoiled this themselves.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you saw this, but the week of Comic-Con, they had a couple of different videos that Marvel had Sadie Sink make that they posted on the Marvel Studios and Sony social media platforms. And there was one where Sadie Sink kind of like it was a wink and a nod to the fact that everybody thinks she's Jean Grey.
Mhm.
Because it was basically her answering questions about who she plays. She was like, I'm not Spider-Man. And she was like, I'm not like, I forget the other thing she said she wasn't. And then I think the other question was basically like, I think it was almost like, it was either asking if she was Jean Grey or whatever. But basically, they were playing so heavily into the rumor that she was going to be Jean Grey. And also, she's not very good at hiding what she's thinking. Because there's montage clips of her being asked if she's going to be Jean Grey, and the way she deflects is basically kind of like, "Oh yeah, no, you protecting the bag because you know you got caught. You got
See,
caught." And that's
here's I got a theory about that right there.
Mhm,
So, of course, I don't know because I haven't figured out how to read minds yet. But I look at people who are really
mhm,
freaking good actors, right? Like,
mhm,
and people might not like look at every actor and think that they're great, but I'm like, anybody where you can get into the story, you're a good actor, right? You're watching a
mhm.
good actor because that's the whole thing, right?
Right.
And so I'm like, whenever somebody like Tom Holland and I guess Sadie and then this what's her name? Sadie what?
Sadie Sink.
Say yeah.
Mhm.
Like you like oh shit. I think she's hiding something. I think they're acting, and I think Disney does that shit on purpose to create hype.
No,
You
they
know
did
what
it
I
with
mean?
Tom
So
Holland. Although
yeah,
you know, Tom Holland was famous for like spoiling
right,
shit
right,
or I'm sorry, leaking shit.
right.
It was later revealed that a lot of that was actually on purpose.
Yeah. See,
Like a lot of it
that's why
was on purpose.
I'm like, you know
But
what you're doing.
yeah,
And
but
you
no,
knew what you're doing.
the videos that they were putting up though, it became clear to me
Mm-hmm.
that she was Jean Grey that last week leading up to the release because I was
Mm-hmm.
like, Marvel knows better. They
Mm-hmm.
know if they keep fucking around and insinuating that there's even a 1% chance that she's gonna be Jean Grey in this movie. I was like, if motherfuckers get to this movie and this heifer ain't Jean Grey, there will be riots
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
street. This
Yeah.
look, let me be real with you. This motherfucker will not be able to go outside for at least a month.
Yeah.
At least a month. She would have to shut down her whole social media because people will be like, oh, see, look what they did. Look what they did. They lied. They lied. And the thing is, and once again, that's weirdo behavior. I don't condone that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way on earth. There is like, and this is a difference between like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and like the DC universe. This is the key difference. If this was the DC universe, let's say that we were gonna find out that Sadie Sink is gonna be playing like Terra or something in like the Teen Titans movie. There is not a Teen Titans movie in development. I'm just using this as an example. If there was a rumor that she was going to be playing Terra in the upcoming Teen Titans Judas Contract live action adaptation, James Gunn would have came out and been like, that's not true.
That's right. Yeah.
Or if it was true, he'd be like, hey, everybody, y'all going to hear this on the internet sometime soon, but yep, Sadie Sink is in, like, because I've actually, matter of fact, no, I know for a fact he would do this because I've literally seen him do it. When someone reported that someone was cast as somebody and it actually was true, he would repost it, like quote post it to be like, yep, this is, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, he wouldn't hide it. He would not hide it. But the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Studios, they move differently. And Kevin Feige even said something to that effect at the Hall H panel this year. Like, he talked about like the secrecy and the mystery. And it's the thing I literally said, and I have been saying for a long time, is that they are way too fucking secretive to the point that it actually hurts them sometimes.
Right.
And he kind of tried to downplay it, but I was like, motherfucker, you do this shit on purpose. You know what you're doing.
That's right.
You
That's
know
right.
what you're doing. Don't sit up here and fucking lie. Like, you are a lying. Like, I'm a quote my friend Dr. Kaori Knight. You are a lying liar who lies. That is who you are, Kevin Feige. You sit on a throne of lies.
I just thought of this. I don't know why, but you know, MCU's been around for so long now. I realized I think they're the only franchise that does this. Like, you're like, oh, did you hear so-and-so is gonna be James Bond? Oh, did you hear they're redoing Rocky and this is who's gonna play blah blah blah? You know what I mean? Like it's that announcement that has always just been normal. And then here comes MCU and they're like, Patrick Stewart. I don't know who he's gonna be. I don't know.
He could be anybody.
Yeah.
But no, this was and you're correct. This is the worst kept secret since the whole Cumberbatch Con debacle. Because I remember that interview Benedict Cumberbatch did where he said, "No, I'm not playing Khan." And then when I went to go see that fucking movie, what was it he said when they had him in the little isolation cell? He was like, "My name is Khan." I was like, Nick. Okay. I was like, okay. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the MCU pisses me off a lot of the time, like in ways that I can't really like say because like it's just gonna feel probably weird to some people, but yeah.
No, but I get it.
But yeah, it's just ever so often, man, they do some weird shit where I'm just like, bruh, why? Who was this for? Like what are we like why are we like this?
Right.
But no,
you know what it says though. Changing gears just a little bit. What I'm excited to see is since they gave us, now we know who MCU's Jean Grey is. That means we're gonna watch the 1990s X-Men die. They're all dying.
Well, yeah, no. So when we get Avengers
thing.
Yeah, when we when Avengers Doomsday releases later this year, I want to say this now because I need y'all to understand this. I really need y'all to understand this. I need y'all to take this information because I'm gonna promise you could take this shit to the fucking bank. I need everybody to let them Fox era X-Men go.
We're gonna get cameos. I think we're gonna get a dope Sadie Sink and I don't remember her name, so I'm gonna look over here and say Famke Jensen or
Famke Jensen, yeah.
Famke Jensen. I think we're gonna get I bet you we're gonna get a fan service badass scene where those two are gonna do some Jean Grey shit together to do something dope. But the 1990s X-Men are going to die.
Yeah. That like right now. Look. Don't expect, because first off, they've already talked about the rumors of who's going to be Cyclops in the new thing. Like, and I've been saying this for a long time. They do not. Okay, first off, look, here's. Do y'all really want? I love Sir Ian McKellen, but it is time. This man is ready to lay
that's Magneto
down.
right there.
It's like this.
That's Magneto right there.
I love
No
Ian.
disrespect. I felt weird even laughing like that just now.
Look,
he is Magneto, but also like, you know.
Look,
take a break. Take a break.
Look, I love Sir Ian
it.
McKellen down, but no, this man, he got to retire. He can't do it no more. He ain't got the juice. And I'm sorry, but Charles, he got to go too. They all got to go. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's and Kevin Feige has even said this. They want younger actors play as characters. They want people who can be around for a while. And Sadie Sink, to my understanding, I believe she's like in her mid-20s, give or take, somewhere around there. Here, let's see.
No,
Sadie
John
Sink
Stewart.
is 24.
I haven't seen the links. 24. Oh yeah.
Kit Connor. That's the one. That's the new rumor that's going around. The Kit Connor is going to be the new site. I don't think it's actually been confirmed, but that's the rumor. So we'll see. Because Samara Weaving has also been is supposedly going to be Emma Frost. Like, and she so far of the people that have been like confirmed, she's the oldest one, and she's 28. Or no,
Which makes sense because she's a mentor.
No. Samara, actually no, lies. She's 34. She is 34. So
yeah. I think that makes sense because she's supposed to be like the mentor type and all that shit. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So like they want younger people. So your primary X-Men cast is probably going to mostly be that age range, like early to mid 20s. The closer you are to 30, the less likely, because you got to think about when are they going to start shooting? They're not going to start shooting like right away. So by the time that the movie actually gets rolling, Sadie Sink is not going to be 24 anymore. She's probably going to be closer to 25, maybe even damn near 26 by the time that movie comes out.
And it's not going to be just one movie. We got at least 3, 4, 5. So she's probably into her 30s by the time this franchise is,
That's why I kept saying, give up on that. Like, I love Jamie Lawson as much as the next person, but man, that's a pipe dream that people are chasing. Y'all are chasing waterfalls if you're wanting Jamie Lawson as Storm, because by the time they will have a movie in production, I think she'll be 30. She's 28. She's the one that's 28. And I think she'd be a good Storm, personally. I think she would be. But, once again.
Which one?
Her name's Jamie Lawson here. I'll pull, you can see. Boom. That's Jamie Lawson.
Oh, yeah. So let me say, Sinners. I think they have to know, right? They have to, right? In this day and age, the day of social media, they have to know that is the lightest Storm can be.
Oh yeah, no. This is absolute.
That is the lightest.
Oh yeah,
Storm
no.
can be.
Like this. Honestly, I would say it could go darker.
It might even be. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, she is legitimately like she is a dark skinned woman. Like
this is lighting and makeup and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as we see that. Storm should be darker than what we see in that picture. But even though see, here's another different one there.
Yeah, like you see here, like she's a dark skinned woman. Like there's
for sure, 100%. But can you imagine?
Blurry,
can you imagine if they have a light skin play Storm?
Well, I mean, thing is, they've done it twice already.
That's right.
They've done it twice already. Halle Berry and Alexandra Shipp, both of which were biracial black women and very light skinned.
Look,
and I'm sorry.
I get it.
I got no beef with them.
You gotta, Halle Berry's bad. Like, bad, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Same things frogs do, or same thing everything does.
Yeah.
Like,
what does a frog do when it's struck by lightning? Or no, what happens when a frog is struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Yeah, she was not my Storm. Let's just put it that way.
No, she was not. She didn't become, honestly, there was no point in her tenure as Storm where I was like, that's my girl.
That's it. Yeah.
Never. And honestly, like, because I know everybody tried to say that like Alexandra Shipp was so terrible as Storm. I was like, I felt like she was the only one between the two that like took the role seriously. Like, because the thing is, Halle only affected that accent for the first movie. She gave that shit up by the second and third one.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexandra Shipp actually tried to like do something. It's just that she had the misfortune of being in two terrible movies.
Right.
Those being X-Men Apocalypse and the Dark Phoenix. So, I mean, I don't blame any of that on her. Like, she took a role. So
That's right. That's right.
it's like, what was it? I saw someone talk about this the other day. I was watching the Dark Side of the Ring, and it was about the Renegade from WCW, and a wrestler who worked with the Renegade in WCW did a reaction video to that episode of Dark Side of the Ring, and he was basically talking about, oh yeah, he was one of Hogan's boys. The only reason he got a job is because he was in good with Hulk Hogan. And then he was like, he said, I'm not knocking it, because he said, hey, if I was a top guy, I'd be giving all my friends jobs too. So he said, I'm not going to knock the guy for taking the opportunity, because who's to say he wouldn't have gotten the opportunity somewhere else later down the road. He said, you got to take those opportunities when they come to you, regardless of whether you deserve them or not.
100%.
Or you are qualified for them or not. Take a chance. You never know. So like, I'm not going to knock Alexandra Shipp for taking the role. She's not a bad actress either. She's a good actress. I've liked her in pretty much everything else I've seen her in. It's just that, you know, the X-Men movies overall were just bad.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes I think you can outright bad acting. I don't think you can ever out. I don't think you can ever outact bad writing.
No, you can't. No.
You know what I mean?
So there's a saying. Every movie dies at like a movie dies at the writing stage. But before a director even starts shooting shit, if the movie has bad like now, case in point, we've seen movies where movies were terrible, but an actor was able to elevate it. Yeah,
Right.
on some level.
Right.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
even then, you rarely does that one actor
Right.
ever change the outlook of the entire
And if anything, you'd be like, he acted as or she acted as her ass off, or da da da. But it was like, man, but that movie sucked. You know, like you're still complimenting the one part, but you didn't save the movie. You know? Yeah, yeah. X-Men movies were more good than bad. Yeah, I would say all in all, right? But I mean, that still doesn't. I don't know if that makes Dark Phoenix a good movie. You know? What I mean?
No, it does not. And this race, I want to tell you this: if we do get a Storm, we may or may not get people who want to immediately ship her with the new T'Challa they don't even want, which is crazy. Because, okay, I just want to say right now, remember how everybody was talking crazy about me because I said that your T'Challa is. Well, no, I was saying that you know the people was like, oh, the recast T'Challa crowd. They were like, when I said T'Challa's already been recast. Like, there's a new character, his son is going to end up becoming the new T'Challa. They're like, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. They ain't doing that. They need to just bring him back. Just bring him back. And I was like, they can't just voodoo Chadwick Boseman from Beyond the Grave. And I was like, anybody and you know what I told people? I said, even if they do recast him, y'all aren't going to like who they pick. And they know that. That's why they're not in any rush to do it. Because no one's ever going to be good enough. It's the same thing that happened with Heath Ledger. It's the same thing that happened with Heath Ledger. I was like, Heath Ledger played the Joker so fucking good that no matter who they recast him with, no one is ever going to give that Joker a fair shake. And if they do, it's going to be just barely.
Just give you. That's why they. You know what I think? You know, here's a theory. If we know that, then you know studio execs and movie makers know that.
Of course.
Do you think that they let Jared Leto's Joker go through knowing that and say, look, we got to get something so bad that we can put something else normal that is going to be compared to that and go, good, we got a good Joker back. It won't be compared to Heath Ledger. They probably let that shit, that's just garbage, but we need that on screen.
Well, no, it's a shell game. And the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case because they literally pump movies out to hold on to movie rights. They'll pump out a bad movie. And this is any studio. Because the way that movie rights work, and I've talked about this before, but Daredevil, y'all remember how Daredevil got back to Marvel, right? Because it was originally at Fox.
Right.
Marvel didn't get Daredevil back with the Fox Disney deal like it got a lot of other stuff. It got Daredevil back way before that. It got Daredevil back because Fox was supposed to have a Daredevil movie in production by XYZ date of a certain year. And if they didn't have a movie in production by that point, the rights reverted. As long as you're actively making movies, you retain the rights. That's why Spider-Man, when Sony, remember when Amazing Spider-Man came out and everybody was kind of scratching their heads like, dude, didn't we just have like why are we're rebooting the franchise already? The reason why is because they needed a new movie. They needed a new movie to hold on to them rights.
Yep.
So yeah, so if a studio will pump out a subpar movie just to hold on to a handful of rights, trust me, they'll do the other shit too.
That's right.
To get back into the Spider-Man proper of it all, X-Men is on the menu. X-Men's on the menu. Like I said, we talked about this
100%.
before, but William Metzger, who is played by, is it Travis Tremmell or Travis Tramiel from
Dude
Severance?
from Severance. If you guys haven't seen it, y'all need to get on that.
Yes, very fucking good.
You have about 2 to 3 years before season 3 comes out, so that's cool.
Shit, you might have 4 or 5 now.
Lord.
But
say that.
but no, they took a character who we talked about this before that it was discovered he was playing William Metzger, who was basically a throwaway character from the story arc he first appeared in is also his last appearance. So that's how many books he's been in. The guy's been dead for like 5 ever. But in the MCU, he is alive and well for the most part. Bringing in this guy who's actively going after superpowered people, and they kind of make it. I thought it was very interesting when they were, when we first kind of get introduced this guy, and he's working at damage control. He's basically the head guy in charge, and you start noticing that they have like those scanners and stuff in the office, would basically like break down everybody's like abilities and and stuff like that. Like Peter is sitting in the thing, and basically it's like, oh, arachnid DNA, and like basically breaking down everything, like telling you like what he can do. It's like, that was the moment right there. I was like, oh shit. I was like, they're setting up X-Men. Like even before we knew that it was, because this is a scene that's way early in the movie. You don't even
all that shit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, they're setting up. And then like, Spider-Man, when he's talking to Bruce about oh man, how do you if you can make a device that could if it could change your DNA or turn off the things you don't want. And I was like, when he made that fucking chip that like, did you put up like, which
collar,
I was like, this is how we get mutant power inhibitors. I was like, I was like, Peter Parker, I'm not gonna hold you. Peter Parker, he is the reason why you're going to have the shit that mutants hate and fear in the MCU, because he literally miracled. I mean, and to be fair, Bruce kind of did something similar, because he's had that device or something similar to it.
Well, he built it off of his thing, right? Like he helped advance that with that.
Yes. Yeah, but see, with him, Peter took it to the next level, and he also
100%.
streamlined it and made it smaller. But it's like, basically, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anytime you're fucking with genetics, you're probably the bad guy. Or if you're not the bad guy, something really bad is gonna be the result of whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. But
I like the weapons they showed also, right? When they had the one gun that like, his webs couldn't do anything to it because it was specially designed for him. And it's like, okay, this whole thing is about a thing to be able to stop. I think mutants are gonna get brought up in it, right? But it also stopped Spidey's like super shit that he finally ended up getting under control, right? It's gonna be it's going to be all superheroes, right? And then
Mhm.
mutants are just going to be a part of that, I think.
Mhm. Well,
Um,
and what they did, what I liked is that, this whole, segment right here
so
where,
badass.
Spidey's going up against the he's going up against the Hand. What I really liked about this, and also shout out to Tom Holland for making the suggestions that they do more with like the, kind of the action sequences from the Spider-Man PlayStation games. But I like
Even
the idea.
into catching pigeons.
Yeah, catching pigeons and stopping runaway vehicles,
Yeah,
things of that
yeah,
nature.
yeah.
Yeah, even the Spidey tracker thing is kind of straight out of
Yes,
the
yes,
straight
yes.
out of the game. But no, like when he actually like gets the full, like when he actually embraces his, the mutative nature of his powers, and like, and you notice like it's not really until the end of the movie he actually becomes that like full on like legit, like, I mean, he's
Spider-Man.
always been powerful in the MCU. The MCU version of Spider-Man is always, in
But now
my opinion,
he's
been
Marvel
that.
Comics powerful.
Well, yeah, because like, and I love how like, I love how trailers show you shit you don't even realize what the fuck you're
The
looking at. Because
context, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because it's all spoilers without context. This scene is literally from after he embraces his powers, and this is in the
Yeah.
trailer. Like where
Right.
he's at, like he's watching the shuriken go by, and it's basically giving you that Tobey Maguire
Mhm.
Spider-Man moment where he's fighting Flash Thompson, and like everything is in slow motion. He's able to like just casually respond to shit
Yep.
because like
Pick
he's
up all the shit that's falling. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's like he's like, oh shit, that's going by me. It's like, yeah, this is from like after like the big, power upgrade and everything. So like we're seeing we're seeing a Spider-Man who is even more comic accurate than he has
Right.
already been in the MCU up to this point. Also, pigeons, of
And it
course,
had to be. And they
Of
had to, because
course.
I the way they were like it was time to upgrade Spidey, right? Because we have however many
Mhm.
movies that are coming of age and losing, he had his Uncle Ben moment with Aunt May, and everything is kind of, all right, we are now, however many movies it's taken, it's now to move out of the Peter Parker origin story, right? Because I feel like
Mhm.
that's what they've done, right? Even though we got to see him on the Avengers and we got to see him in Infinity, it was still a part of like, here's how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man. And in this movie, it's like,
Mhm.
I have this deep darkness in me that I need to learn
Mhm.
how to get his own Hulk, right? That's why they
Yeah.
had the Hulk in there, so they could be
Mhm.
mirrors of each other. And it's like, now he is absolutely badass, which he had to be, because it wouldn't make sense for him to be like still figuring out his powers and stuff on Battleworld.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? You can't, you'll be dead.
Could you imagine this version of Peter Parker like still trying,
Exactly. Yeah.
like he's like, wait a minute, where's my look, man, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going
Yeah.
on, y'all. My powers are doing some weird shit. Like my web shooters
Yeah.
get shot off because I got
Yeah.
actual web shooters in
Yeah.
my. It's crazy. I know, right? It's weird. I don't know what's going on.
And
Yeah,
somehow you still get the upper hand on God Doom or something
right?
like that.
Like what the fuck? Like what are we doing?
Right, right.
But no, I like this, and I've said this before. This is, in my opinion, this is the first real Spider-Man movie in the MCU. Full stop. Like this
Mhm,
is
mhm.
there. Like I'm not saying that there hasn't been other Spider-Man movie in the MCU. I'm not saying that. I'm
And
just
they've been
saying
good.
they've all been good. I think
But Spider-Man arrived in this movie.
yeah. This is like this isn't Iron Spider. This isn't Spider Stark. This isn't the Night Monkey or anything like that. This was like actual real deal. Like this was it was almost like if you didn't watch any of those previous Spider-Man movies, you're good. Because this is like to me, this is the one. This is the
That's right.
gold standard. And I think the fact that this movie has grossed over $1 billion so quickly that it is not even funny, it should say something. These movies do really fucking well. I think the
Can I
only.
just say something
Oh yeah, go
real,
go 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 go
real
go off,
quick?
King. Go off,
I was
King.
actually I was talking to my son about this, about the $1 billion thing. That's why you said to me, and I'm like, this is why people only get Superman and Batman comic books, right? And you get X-Men and Spider-Man comic books because people don't care about the off stuff. You know what I mean? I think they just don't care. And I know we have always talked about Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy had a benefit of this being the brand new thing. Everybody loving these movies, right? I think Spider-Man was, we said it. We said it before it came out. Spider-Man was going to be that thing that you had to nail or it was over.
It was
You
a
can't
wrap.
fuck up. You can't fuck up Spider-Man.
Fuck up Spider-Man at your own fucking peril.
That's it. It's done. But you know, this is also gonna like let the studios know, like, hey, so here we go. We got this character. A lot of people don't really know about him, but he has his own little niche. They're like, no, we've tried. Spider-Man made us $1 billion. You're getting big name superheroes only.
Well, and the thing is, and I will say this, while I do think maybe there is some merit to this statement, the Brand New Day would have been more impactful if Spidey would have died from Punisher's bullet that was intended for Jean. Yeah,
I thought that was going to happen.
I actually did think that. Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
That was possible. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna. I thought, yeah, no, I'm with you. I thought it was possible, but I'm gonna tell you why I knew it was never gonna happen. It's because they literally already said that this is a new trilogy, and that Tom Holland is in all of these movies. I was like, yeah,
there's only
no
one way that would have been for sure. I would have been like, I would have called it, dude's dead. Yeah. There's only one way, and this had to have happened. Like it had to happen by last movie, right? At least the last 2 movies before this one.
Well,
and that's if we had Miles Morales in the movies. If there was a Miles Morales, maybe not even have his powers all there yet, but if he was there as a character, I would say, yeah, I think Peter Parker's going to die or something. But without a Miles Morales to set up, why would he die?
And I've heard I'm going to talk about that here in a minute too, because that is something that has now come up a little bit, because Tom Holland's been very vocal about the fact that he wants Miles Morales in the MCU, that he thinks Miles Morales should be, like, if they're going to be doing Spider-Man movies going forward in the MCU, that it needs to be Miles Morales. He's been vocal about. I know a lot of people have kind of latched onto it like in more recent months, but he's been saying that since like before Infinity War. Like it's one of those things. Yeah. Like he's been saying it for a long time. Like he's like, or I say at least as recent as Far From Home. Like he's been pretty vocal about it. But no, like Jean Grey, especially with what she did to Punisher, like taking over his mind, and which I mean, she pretty much took over everybody's mind. I know some people brought up the MJ stuff earlier. I'm not gonna hold you. That scene with MJ, where they're on the rooftop together and you're having the heart to heart.
Was there even a second that you thought?
No.
I had probably 1 or 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, like so I'm gonna tell you the reason why is because it's this shot right here. This is a shot that, like, okay, at first before this shot, I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
But then when they did this shot and she was hanging on to Spider-Man, she had no reaction. She had no reaction, really. Like
versus all the other times she's afraid of heights.
She's usually like, she's afraid of heights. She's usually like screaming and hollering and shit. And not only that, she had her hair tied back a little bit, like to kind of like already kind of be prepared for what was coming. Because like the first time they did it in Far From Home, like her hair was all over the place because she just wasn't ready for it. But no, like she was just, I mean, she wasn't like, I'm not saying she was calm as a coma, but like she was basically like, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is a thing that I do every now and again, and it's not that big a deal. So when they did the whole thing where they like kissed and everything, maybe for like a microsecond, I was like, "Oh shit, maybe they're not doing it." And then like when this will say when they do the hug, and then she started
That
like,
was it.
you know,
I'm like,
I was
"Oh, that's
like,
fake."
okay, yeah. I was like, I was right.
Yeah,
I was right.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
I was right to be skeptical of this whole thing. But no, to take it to the to the tracker thing, because this is a thing that came up because of the post-credit deal, because this whole thing like, oh, new Spider-Man sighting. Something I noticed, and I actually went back and looked at this, and I don't know, you could get from this whatever you want, I don't know. It keeps talking about a new Spider-Man sighting. Now the funny thing about the sighting is that there's a glitch effect that comes up.
Right.
And it's the glitch effect that's synonymous with the Spider-Verse movies and people not being in their correct universe. Now, I know some people, there's been a lot of theories. Some people say, oh, no, it's Venom. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe, possibly.
I think that's the lowest possibility.
That
one.
like if you want to talk about like the hierarchy of possibilities, Venom is on the floor. Now,
Absolutely.
to be fair, Venom is established.
Venom
is
why
established.
would this tracker think that, Eddie Brock surrounded by a symbiote? Come on.
Right. Well, because here's the other thing we got to take into consideration here is that Venom in the Sony Venom movies has no connection to Spider-Man whatsoever.
None.
So that's why I say, like, honestly, I would say the chance of being Venom is through the floor.
Right. I mean, we could just say it's not Venom.
It's not Venom. I don't think.
I think we're just being nice. Yeah. It's 0%.
It's a less than, like, people say there's a not 0 chance.
Yeah, it's 0.
I would say it's a below 0 chance.
Right.
But no, like, it's either Spider-Man getting whisked away, which I think has a pretty high chance of being the case.
That's my opinion. That's most likely.
That is like, I would put it here. There's also a camp of people who believe that, oh, this is Miles Morales. I would put that here. Like that's kind of where it's close, but it's one of those where the only reason I even entertain it this close is because of the glitch. That's the only reason why.
So I'm gonna throw a third one in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw a third one in there. Personally, I think this third one would go between our Tom Holland 616 whatever is transported, right? Because that's what happens in the comic books, right? He's like, bloop, right? Then we have the Miles Morales, right? There's a third one, and it's the fact that this radar is built by a really, really smart guy. It wasn't built by gods or by some magical machine, right?
Right.
It wasn't built by some all-knowing thing that's like, oh, it sends somebody over there. No. I think, and someone said it in the chat, yes, Spider-Verse, still Peter Parker. I think that we get an incursion Peter Parker would be more likely to me than a Miles Morales.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Peter B. Parker.
Yeah. Wait,
like, I don't like, we've already seen
middle-aged
Toby.
dude.
From the Spider-Verse movies, but like, but a live
the middle-aged, like
version.
the guy with the pot-belly dude. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like, but I don't want the animated version. I want them to
Isaac
actually
would be really good. Yeah.
Well, no, it's so if it was Spider-Man 2099, I'd be okay with that too. But I would rather
he's a descendant of Peter Parker.
Honestly, don't make me lie about Spider-Man.
See, here's the thing. I think it has to be something that would confuse an app that's not magical, right? Like,
yeah. Well, it's I think, like, for me, it being either like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, I think it's fine. But at the same time,
I don't think they would go that route. I don't think they would go that route. Yeah.
Well, because we've already done it. It wouldn't
exactly.
be surprising. So, like, I think it would be more surprising to just bring in a live action version of like either one of the ones from like Spider-Verse or something like that, and do that and be like, honestly, they really want to be funny, they could make it Spider-Man 94. And I would giggle my ass off.
That would be cool too.
But no, or shit, they could, maybe who the fuck knows really? But
Could be
considering
clone, it could be Ben what's his face, right?
talking about Ben Riley.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just stuck. I'm stuck on the fact that it's a science thing, right? So it has to be either it has to still be Peter Parker's, and the app is picking up Peter Parker, and it might be different, or it's somebody who wears exactly the same suit, right?
I'm gonna tell you, the weirdest thing about this is that how the fuck is it detecting some shit off planet?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm
like, how is it? Look, I like
and that's why I said it's not Miles, by the way.
Yeah,
I think that's what drops. You said this is one and this is Miles here. I would put like Miles a little bit like lower, and only because if they had done the Spider-Verse glitch and it stayed on Earth and it said Peter Parker or Spider-Man found, I'd be like Miles Morales. But it didn't stay on Earth. It went out into space.
It went somewhere else.
So why the fuck would it go out? Well, maybe it's
See, and that's the thing, because they're doing the weird like incursion shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, keep Ben Riley far the fuck away from the MCU. We do not need that. We do not need that. He's
already in. Isn't that Spider Noir?
Well, I'm talking about the clone, Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
The artist now known as Chasm. Keep that motherfucker over there somewhere. I don't want to see it.
Speaking of Ned. Speaking of Ned.
What's that?
This is another one. This is a polarizing, right? So I think one was who's the tracker? Who's the end? Who's the Spider-Man out in space, right? That's the big conversation. Here's another one. Did Ned break the spell? Did he know who Peter Parker was at the end of the movie?
I think by the time you get to that point, because I saw some people being really confused by it. I think
I've seen two theories.
You know what? I'm willing to go with the fact that Peter doing the secret handshake with him, and the fact that like as the handshake kept going, he remembered,
knew all the steps.
Like he knew at first Peter was kind of walking him through it, but as they kept going, it was like it became like more natural. I feel like he knows now. I feel like he's gotten his memory jog, because I feel like I even kind of wonder in that regard. And once again, this is pie in the sky because it didn't happen. If Jean was not controlling MJ when they were on that rooftop, part of me wonders,
would that have worked? Yeah.
Would that have like the fact that they kissed? Would that have been like, oh hey, I remember now? Like, I mean, it would have been dumb. Like just like how Jean said that it was a dumb idea, but like the fact that like when MJ read the letter. And granted, she said she does mention that she has a lot of memories of Spider-Man saving her. She just doesn't know a Peter Parker. Like she like
she goes, sorry, I do not feel that way. You're a stranger to me. And that's love.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
so here's the two, right? And a lot of it is popping up in the chat. Yes, Ned can do magic naturally. It runs in his family, right? We know that.
They do bring that up.
So it is possible that sort of aptitude towards magic allowed him to get through that in a way that that MJ, could not. Other people are bringing out the fact that he's just repeating Peter because he already knew his name because MJ messed up and said his name in front of him. Like, Peter
that
Parker,
was the thing that did
that's
happen.
His name, right? So that was like, that's another thing. I think that the fact that I struggle with the fact that the letter did nothing for MJ, but the handshake brought Ned out. The magical aptitude thing does a lot of heavy lifting. I'm willing to buy it. It's now that one is one where I'm like, I don't know where to put them. Like those are both valid, and of course it's open ended. Yes, that's where, it's. it's open ended. That's why we're talking about it. So we're just guessing.
I will say I see that, you know, I did see someone bring up that I saw Batticus Prime bring this up too. And I do agree with this, what Miles Fanatic is talking about here, with that he was such a core part of Ned's life that he kind of had to, you know, maybe just kind of going through those motions might be why that, like, maybe it was like, oh, hey, this is a thing. Like, I can make an argument for it. It's none of it is ever like clearly spelled out. It's
No.
all like kind of in.
I mean, she talks
but
about how they
even
like
this-
clearly are best friends when they were like, she drew them and they're best friends. They don't know each other and they still act like best friends, right?
Right. Well, and the thing is, it is implied that she maybe did something, but it's never really said exactly what it was that she did. Or like, you know, or how deep it goes.
When was it?
What's that?
I missed it. What are you referencing? I've only watched it once, like a
same. I'm just saying, like, I'm just going off my memory from seeing the movie.
What happened?
Just like
what was going on?
Like there's a rumor going around, like there's a theory making the rounds that, you know, that it's implied that, you know, she you know, fixed their memories of events, but it's not. It's nothing that's said. It's not anything that's like explicitly like, hey, I did XYZ ABC this specific thing. Is just like there's just dialogue that kind of implies that she made up for some stuff that she did. Because I mean, let's be clear, Jean was on some wild shit the whole movie. Just about, like, she was on some bullshit. Like, I mean, she was taking over people's minds and shit willy-nilly and fucking with folks. And the thing about that is that a lot of people, I mean, really all the people that she did this to, none of them had memories of what happened. We saw that with the lady that was in the runaway tank, the security guards and prison guards, and you know, even MJ says that.
I mean, that was a plot point, right?
Yeah, that
like
nobody
the fact that
remembered.
He said, well, Metzger, right? When Metzger was like, oh, when she was in my head, I was thinking about my sister. Like, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to have any memories. Yeah.
Speaking of memories, this is one I did think was kind of funny. Is the whole Sarah Gray of it all. And this is kind of the fun thing about the MCU, because you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when the name Sarah Gray came up, it reminded me of the first time I saw Avengers. And when I say Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to that post-credit scene or that mid-credit scene where Thanos like turns around and smiles. And everybody in the theater was pretending that they knew who that was.
Say that last part again. I don't know why I blanked out. I was reading the chat. Who turned around?
Thanos.
ADHD. Thanos. That's right. Okay.
Thanos.
Yep. As soon as you said Thanos, I looked down for a second. And I'm like, oh shit. What do you say?
This guy right here.
Shiny. Something shiny happened. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm locked in. Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll get to we'll read it here in just a sec. But no, they there were tons of people in the theater and outside the theater. Like after I walked out, there were so many people trying to come, oh yeah, no, that's so and so, and it was always wrong answers. No,
wow.
It was rare I encountered like you know, people who I was with, we knew who it was, but like other people like normies, that like people who don't really read comics, or maybe they watch cartoons or, you know, play the video games, whatever, so they have like a passing knowledge, but like they'd be like, oh no, it's Dark Side, or it's so and so. Like people were like jumping universes, crossing franchises, naming characters from video games that aren't even connected to Marvel. And I felt that sensation again when I was watching this, because there was a dude literally right next to me. Dude was like, oh yeah, Sarah Gray. Yeah, she's one of the most powerful X-Men. And I was like, and what's even more crazy
You didn't know? You didn't know?
What's even more crazy though is that the girl he was talking to, she caught my head turn. Because you know me, if I have a look on my face, or if I think something, it's on my face. I can't hide it. Because like literally, because I'm sitting here on the movie and I just go,
like, No.
But no, for those who do not know, yes, Sarah Gray is an actual character from the comics. However, she is not as important as this movie made her out to be. Sarah Gray in the comics is actually Jean Grey's sister, but in the comics, she is not a mutant. She is not a mutant. She doesn't teach Jean anything about her powers. The thing that Sarah Gray is most famous for is having two mutant children. The X gene just completely passed her by. And she was quotey fingers killed off, but then that all got retconned and turned back around very, very, very recently in the comics.
You did a video about that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
I was like, how do I know this? I didn't read that. Yeah, okay.
You edited it for
That's
me.
That's right, I did. I knew that.
But no, like she was in the Phalanx Covenant. Like this, here's the crazy thing about that. Like just to show you how weird comics can be.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah Gray, when she was killed off, like she was a character that's kind of like would sporadically show up in the comics, like here and or there. And she basically, during the, oh god, yeah, this was during like, this was, here it is right here. It was, X-Men, number 36, is where it was. And here, let me see if I can find, yeah, here it is right here. Boom, found it. There's a part here. Let's play the zoom in game. So there's a part where we got the Phalanx basically taking everything over. And if you look right here, this is how we know that Sarah Gray is dead. We never actually see her death. It's something that just kind of pops up in the like this is all you see. This is Sarah Gray. And it's basically her face popping up out of the Phalanx and being like, Jean, find Jean, help my sister. Like that's how we know Sarah Gray is gone. Like we never even see this shit happen. This shit pops up in one page and keep it pushing, pimp. Keep it pushing. It was like, hey, pocket sand, don't worry about it. And they recently, as I mentioned earlier, she was brought back in the comics in the Phoenix series that wrapped up not that terribly long ago, probably within the last like few some odd months or whatever. She came back and it was revealed that she was a mutant all along, but her powers have nothing to do with telepathy. She is a potential booster.
Do you know how mad I would be?
I'd be like, bruh, stop.
I sure shit wouldn't accept wearing some goddamn costume. That's for damn sure.
Right? I'd be like, man,
I am potential
stop.
Man. I meet you. I help you reach your potential.
Right? Oh, and I do 100% believe they brought her back in the comics because they knew that she was about to be in the movie. Because they know ahead of time. They know far in advance what's coming up. That's why, and y'all probably have noticed this over the years, when a character just mysteriously shows up in the MCU and suddenly they start appearing in the comics, like either the months leading up to or the months after something happens. It's like, is that not suspicious to you? Is that not suspicious to you?
Don't be suspicious.
Right? It's like, bro. I'm just saying. But no, like in the comics, Sarah was just someone who was like, she was Jean's sister, showed up to Jean's funeral when she died, because of the Dark Phoenix saga. And you rarely, like, I think in the grand total, Sarah Gray has only been in, like, I don't think she's been in more than 12 issues of anything up until recently. And I'm talking about a character that dates back to the fucking Dark Phoenix saga. That's how little she is depicted in the comics. That's how little she matters, I guess. Because what was it? I remember like the most that you ever used to get about her was like, either passing mentions or I know there was a thing like, and I think it was her this I want to say, where was it? I think it was basically, wait, here it is. Boom. If you look in the background of this shot. Oh, hey. I'm just back here chilling. Like,
she
hey,
was,
what's
you know
going
what she
on?
was doing right there? Right there, she was helping Jean Grey reach her potential.
She was like,
Right
hey,
there. The
VMAX.
Phoenix. Yeah.
VMAX. It's VMAX. And then you find out VMAX is it's a Sarah Gray
The brand.
basically she's a fluffer.
A fluff.
She's a fluffer.
Danger.
Oh yeah, danger. Yeah, that deserves one if nothing else does. But no, I thought it was cool though that they gave Sarah Gray a bit of like a boost in cachet. That she was a more powerful telepath, but she's dead now. So we get her off the table. And I think it's safe to say, what they did with Jean, they basically showed how she evolved, her powers evolved over the course of the movie to where like she initially could only like possess somebody's body from like 33, I think they said it was 33 feet away,
Right.
to the point where she could literally just take over everybody or like freeze. She was basically doing what Charles Xavier was doing at one point in the original Fox movies, where he would just stop everything. And like, he would be like, him and whoever he chose were the only people that were like moving around. Like she was doing shit like that. Like, it is slightly different, but I mean, it was basically the same damn thing.
I read some people did not like how they were doing the body jumping thing, and I'm just like, I'm fine with little alterations, because she can take over people's minds. Except, if I'm not really good at it, I can just kind of hop around, and eventually we got to see, some Omega. She stopped all of New York City, like all of Manhattan, rather. And I'm like, come on.
Well, we also got to think about it too. Like, we're talking about a young character, because you got to remember,
right.
go back to the original comics when Jean Grey first hit the scene. Go back to those original comics, and I'm going to promise you something.
Beast levitate a little bit.
Yeah, that was like her power. Jean's powers were not really all that impressive when she first hit the scene.
Like Invisible Woman without being able to go invisible.
Right? No, that's exactly. That was exactly what it was. Like, like this. Like, look here. I'm gonna pull this up. This was the extent of her power originally. When she first hit the scene. She even says right here, telekinesis. She just picks up a book, flips the pages and puts it on the shelf. Like she basically uses her powers to be a perfect librarian. In her first outing as an X-Men character. And that's the thing. They did the thing that they do with all quotey fingers villains and antagonists. I don't want to call her a villain. She's an antagonist in this. She starts off with a power level that's kind of tough for Spider-Man to figure out, and then eventually her power just keeps evolving. We've seen this with pretty much every Spider-Man villain damn near. They all start off kind of like, okay, that's kind of crazy, and then like, oh shit, this motherfucker done leveled up. And I thought they did a good job with it. I thought, because it made her believable, in the sense that she went from being able to take over people at a certain range to just being like, to the point where like she started actually demonstrating her trademark telekinesis. To the point like she was breaking glass and holding it up to Metzger's fucking face.
Which makes sense because she is around not much older than the, puberty and going
Right.
into like gaining her powers, but she is an Omega level mutant. Right? So if you're a mutant, this thing comes naturally. It wasn't a bitten
Right.
spider or radioactive accident. This is part of
Mm-mm.
your genes. So for her, and
Yes.
no pun intended, and for her to be able to
Does
like
Jean
through
Grey have
emotion
great
and trauma.
genes?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. By the way, she should
Oh
have played Jean Grey. It would have been so much better.
no, God, Jesus Christ!
Oh, you
Keep
want to
that.
hear you
Keep
want
the.
to hear something funny? I know.
Was a
I saw somebody say that there's a plot hole we all missed.
plot hole? You say?
A plot hole that just shows how media literacy is dead.
Okay.
So Peter Parker figures out how far Jean Grey can jump. So he traps her in the helicopter
Mm-hmm.
and nobody is within 31 feet now. How does she get away?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was a nice little plot device to basically make you feel reassured that when Peter went to go find MJ, that there was no way that
So that was the thing
Jean.
though. How does she leave and beat him to be MJ?
So I would imagine because of the fact that a helicopter fucking fell out of the sky and landed at a construction site or whatever the fuck and is suspended way high in the air, somebody came along and
It's, so
probably like
I would have forgot this if I only watched it once, right? So I'm saying this like
mhm,
I knew all this. I saw the argument go on. I heard the answer. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, right. So I
mhm.
didn't watch it 5 times either. But Sarah Sarah Gray lets her know that whenever you go so far, that all
uh-huh.
you have to do is let go and you're back to where you started.
Right,
And
right, right.
I just found it funny that there were people on the internet that even after they were told that, there are people that just hold on to stuff like, nah, oh no,
Well,
like she was too far. Da, 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 da.
I actually had a similar interaction in regards to
Yeah.
Hulk in this movie because someone was like, let me see if I can find it. There was someone who was arguing that the Hulk plot, I think they said something along the magnitude of it made no sense. Or that yeah, they said, so what's going on with Hulk now? Feels like Marvel doesn't know what to do with him. And I was like, he turned uh, he didn't turn into Professor Hulk when she took over Bruce's mind. He turned into Savage Hulk.
Right.
You know, the Professor Hulk that everybody, yeah, I say everybody because almost every person I encounter complains, but I don't have a problem with Professor Hulk.
Neither do I. Yeah.
But so many people complained about Professor Hulk, and I was like, you finally got Savage Hulk, Hulk proper back after, and it makes sense because Savage Hulk has been literally buried. For those that don't know how Bruce's mind works, all of Bruce's different Hulk personas exist within his brain at the same time. Some are more dominant than others. I'm not saying this is how it is in the MCU. I'm just explaining how it is in the comics. But in the comics, all of the different Hulks, they can exist in Bruce's mind at once and communicate with one another. It's fucking weird. And I think nothing explained this better than I believe it was in the Immortal Hulk.
I was just gonna say, if you want to see it, I mean, Ewing does a amazing job at
Yeah, no,
it.
yeah, no, absolutely fantastic job. But no, the all of the different Hulks, they exist. They exist, they thrive within Bruce's mind and are kind of it's heavily implied for them to be borderline borderline interchangeable.
Mhm.
Borderline interchangeable with one another if you really if you really want to get down to it. And I think what was it I was struggling to remember exactly when this happened, but I think it was actually I kept thinking it was in King in Black but it was actually, I think, in Absolute Carnage, where this, yes, it was Absolute Carnage. And here, I want to pull this up. Bam, right here. So right here, this is a shot from inside Bruce's mind palace, like the construct of his brain, his place. And you see here, all of these, this is Banner in the middle, obviously, but the three people you see beside him, these are all Hulks, if it wasn't obvious. Even this asshole in the back, that is a Hulk. It doesn't look it, because during this time frame, the Gray Hulk, Joe Fixit, took on a different form, and it was this. He started being perceived as like kind of a sleazier looking version of Bruce. But Savage Hulk, Devil Hulk, Joe Fixit, those are the three, and he's talking to all of them at once. Now,
it's DID.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's exactly what the fuck it is. It's like, honestly, this is a scene that would not be out of place in an issue of Moon Knight. Because Moon Knight does the same thing. He's had whole conversations with the other personalities in his head. Now, that being said, there's also a history of Hulk, or not Hulk, rather. Well, no, actually, Hulk has done this too. During the Donny Cates run of Hulk, the one that everybody complains about, this was a time when Banner was in charge and basically was controlling Hulk. But it was kind of funny because he was basically controlling Hulk in a way that made sense for him. So he basically, and this is why this version of Hulk was called Starship Hulk, because it was supposed to be like Star Trek. This was like the whole thing where, like, inside Bruce's mind, he treated everything like he was like fucking Jean-Luc fucking Picard in Star Trek and shit. And basically what he would do is, you would see this little meter right here. That was him turning up the power levels that he needed. And in order to get these power levels, Savage Hulk was basically trapped behind a fucking door and fighting shit like this. Like, this is the actual, like, this is what was considered like the engine room, and Hulk would just be in there, like, fucking fighting,
sometimes a giant Wolverine.
Yeah, sometimes he was fighting Wolverine. Sometimes that motherfucker was fighting Fin Fang Foom and a laundry list of other random and sundry shit. And the more crazy shit that Hulk was fighting, the more powerful Starship Hulk could become. Now, we've also seen the reverse of this in the recent Incredible Hulk. The recent Incredible Hulk has done this where Hulk decided he did not like being put in the back seat. The way he has been, the way Bruce has done him in the recent past. And it got to a point where Hulk decided that he actually kept promising this to Banner, that the next time I get out, I'm not letting you take control again.
It's that ass.
Yeah, no, he literally, like I mean, quite fucking literally, he would be like, he's like, hey, this next time, that's it. Like, I'm not, he's like, I'm not fucking around. He's like, if you fuck up and let me get back in the driver's seat, it is your ass. I'm like, matter of fact, for the majority of the Phil Kennedy Johnson, matter of fact, that's also one of the things. Yeah, right here. This is it right here. There's this point, and I'm glad I was able to find. I couldn't remember what issue it was in, but right here, there's this point where these undead, crazy church people are trying to sacrifice Banner, and Banner is in his own mind. He's like, "Hey, Hulk, I need you. I need you. I need you to pop out so we can end this
He's
shit.
like, yeah.
Otherwise, these people are gonna kill me. He's like, they're gonna kill the girl. And he's like, yeah. He said, but they're gonna kill you. And you see here, because he's seeing Hulk reflected in the knife. He's like, yeah, but they're gonna kill you first. And the reason why this is important is because they do kill Banner first. And because they kill Banner first, Banner dies, giving Hulk control of Banner's body. And then Hulk can come out and Banner has to take in the back seat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I went through this whole screed to basically explain why it's not incredibly ambiguous what's going on with Hulk. There's nothing ambiguous about what is going on with Hulk here. Savage Hulk has been in the, like, I won't even say the back seat. He has been in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
He has been locked away, tied up in the trunk. He finally gets free, and now he can do whatever he wants. And you start to recognize there's a point where, like, and I don't know how this was ambiguous to some people, but the moment where we see Hulk and he's like hanging on and he looks, you can just look in his eyes. He is sad.
Mm-hmm.
He is sad because he's finally free, but like he's being attacked.
But he knows he can't stay out.
He can't stay out.
And he's like,
and he just lets himself
I'll
fall.
go back in. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and it's you know, it's crazy. Like he basically came back to it's like if you were able to, like, you've been held captive, you know, for years and you finally fucking escape. But then you get out and it's like, I'm not going to be able to get out. I got to go back in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
ain't that
how
some shit?
people didn't catch that. Like, it's diabolical to me. Diabolical.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what thing
diabolical.
I did like was and you know what, if they've already addressed this before, go ahead.
And this is true. No, this is true. He's been locked up for 10 years in universe. Exactly. That's my point. He's been locked up for years.
That's right. And it's sad that he has to go back in, and he knows that. I do find it interesting that they made like no mistake about the size issue with Hulk, right? How like there's been that conversation for a long time about like how movies can't get the Hulk size right. And then finally it's like, oh no, it's just anger that does it. But they don't specifically say it, right? They're just like, sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's not. And like the fans or comic book people are like, well, here's how it works. And this time they're like, okay, look, we're just gonna tell you. The angrier he is, the bigger he gets. And he actually fucking gets massive. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking dope.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, and that's the thing. Like, you see, like, when he starts out, like, yeah, he's you know, clearly,
still,
he's clearly bigger than Spider-Man, which is not a stretch because Spider-Man's not that big a guy. Right. But like as it goes on, he gets even bigger. Like he becomes like this fucking force. And you know, and the thing is, you know, I know some people, you know, once again, I know people are not happy with the way Hulk has been done, but here's the thing. This is the best you can hope for right now because Disney doesn't own the full rights to Hulk, at least not at the time that a lot of this stuff has been going on. That's why Hulk's stories have had to been like relegated to being like subplots, like B and C plots of other movies, because Disney didn't have the rights to Hulk. So therefore they couldn't make an actual Hulk movie. Like there was like a solo Hulk movie off limits. He can be in shit. He just can't be in his own movie.
Hot take.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays that way.
Honestly, I don't think the world actually wants a Hulk movie. Not the way they think.
And not even that. Not even that. I want it. Fuck the world. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think MCU can do it. I think that they will take on a Immortal Hulk and they are going to piss us all off.
Mm-hmm. No,
because Gore the God Butcher was right there. Just follow the script. Just get it. He did it. He wrote it down. He drew pictures for you.
Gore the funny man.
And it was just like, yeah. And oh, by the way, all the gods, we'll just do that off screen. Don't worry about all that.
Yeah, don't worry about that shit.
I think that we would get an announcement that Immortal Hulk was going to happen. We're going to finally dive in. And I think the MCU is going to let us down. I think there's some things they can do really well. And I don't think horror is one of them. That's for fucking sure.
And this is true. Yeah, Universal. If I remember correctly, yeah, that's a. I couldn't remember if it was Universal or Paramount. I knew it was one of the two, but yeah, it's they basically have it. And I do want to make sure we tackle this as well, because this is very important. Captain Ellis D say, "Hey man, got here late. Can you start it back from the top?" Actually, yes, we can.
Yeah.
And
all right.
so there's a little slider thing. There's a little slider thing.
Oh, I was ready to just do it. I was just ready to
I was gonna say, just scroll that motherfucker back about an hour and like 25 minutes. But no, in all seriousness, yes. I do want to hit the super chat that we got earlier. This is James Watkins with the 5 says, I haven't seen the movie yet, but if there is a Spider-Man in space, could it be Captain Universe Spider-Man from another universe? He would survive an incursion. The thing is, I'm gonna go back to a thing that I always talk about when it comes to theories, and it's kind of the prevailing force of my and the guiding light. It's the guiding light of my of how I view things. And anyone who's been following me for a long time knows, you know, probably where I'm going with this. It's Occam's razor.
Right.
Determine how many assumptions and conditions are necessary for each explanation to be correct. If an explanation requires extra assumptions or conditions, demand evidence commensurate with the strength of each claim. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And that's why I don't think Captain...
Sorry.
Sorry. You know what? That's actually, I mean, you're right, but you know what it is? You were right at the wrong time.
Right.
That's what
I knew where you were going.
Well, no, it's funny because like I keep hearing that phrase thrown around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it's just, you know, because of all the stuff that's been going on lately, but people have been talking about how like, well, you were right about Israel, but you were right at the wrong time. It's like, nah, I'm just right.
That's it.
There's no right at the wrong time. It's just there's right and wrong. Right, wrong.
Yeah,
anyway, no, I do agree though. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think Marvel has the chops to be able to pull off Hulk either. At least not the way I would want to see it. Because
but I also agree. Somebody said that it should be a show.
Yes, I do. Well, but see, here's the problem. Here's gonna be a problem.
Shows get canceled because they don't make you $1 billion.
Well, no. Look, I'm gonna take you a step further. I'm gonna tell you why you ain't gonna get no Hulk TV show. And it's because of a little show that everybody fucking hated and made hating it their entire fucking personality. And you know what that show was? She-Hulk.
Oh.
Because what was the most common, like, okay, you know, even people who weren't like on the chud bullshit, the most common complaint that I heard from people about the She-Hulk TV show is that they said that the CGI looked terrible, which I do agree. It was not consistent. I do agree with that. It was not consistent. But here's the thing. She-Hulk did not have the same budget as a movie. That like it doesn't have the Avengers money budget. And I think that is something that needs to be understood. Because to me personally, I thought that she looked great most of the time. I think the only time she didn't look good is there were like some like moments where she was like super, super, super well lit. There were some moments where you kind of see some of the inconsistencies. Like you can see like this is kind of more of a fuzzier picture, but like, you know, in certain instances where like maybe the lighting was just kind of weird. It's also because too, unlike Banner Hulk, or Savage Hulk, she is probably like, okay, Banner Hulk, even like Professor Hulk, they're using Mark Ruffalo's face, for the most part for the capture, but his face isn't exactly modeled on Mark Ruffalo exactly. Like they're kind of going with a little bit more of a kind of a like a more comic version of Hulk, where She-Hulk is literally just Tatiana Maslany's face on big green woman. See, like, they use like mocap and everything. We've seen all the we've seen all the stuff, you know what I mean, for that. Like, it was literally like they were using her mocap. And I will also say too, because Tatiana Maslany is a very like talented actress, and she has some incredible facial expressions. If you've ever watched anything with her in it, whether it was the various TV shows she's been on, like Orphan Black, or the more recent Maximum Pleasure Guarantee, which, by the way, if you haven't watched that show, highly fucking recommend. It's fucking hilarious, tragic as well, but also fucking hilarious. But no, the way people responded to She-Hulk, and granted, the two shows would not be anything alike, but the way people responded to She-Hulk is the reason why you will probably never get a Hulk TV show, unless they like, maybe if they found a way, if maybe they could do it, but like, I just feel like with how people complained, like, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Because, once again, people have revisionist history. They have revisionist history because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. There's people right now, not saying the person, not anyone who's asking for for this for the show in the chat, but just saying that, like, there's gonna be people out there probably saying the same thing. And they're going to do the thing that people always do. Man, why don't they just make a Hulk TV show? Go in the Wayback Machine. And by Wayback Machine, I mean just go like a year, 2, maybe 3 years ago, and look at that same person's social media feed and how bad they talked about the CGI in She-Hulk. Oh, man, this looks like fucking PlayStation. It looks like PlayStation 1 game. This is some bullshit. And then you could be like, that's why, because y'all expected the Hulk shit to look like it did in a fucking multi-million-dollar Avengers movie. Not like a 9-episode Disney Plus series. I'm sorry, but that's why I think that I was like, you can say you want it, that don't mean you really want it.
Yep.
But yes. That said, the thing we haven't talked about yet. Let's talk about this, and then we can scooter along. What did you?
We got the indie thing too.
Yeah. Oh, wait, do we?
I
thought we
didn't show it.
No, we didn't do it last. That's right. We didn't. We said we said we were gonna save it. So yeah. We'll. Or wait, I thought we did. Did we not? Well, fuck it. I got one. I thought we showed it last week. I could have sworn we did, but I don't know. Elite X1, tell me, did we?
Yeah, the Indie Rec shut down the show.
That's right. It did. It shut down the show. Yep, sure did. Sure.
What does that mean? Like, we showed it at the end?
No, remember when we were the internet was being funky.
Oh, that's right.
The internet was being funky. So I just said, fuck it, we'll just go ahead and end the show. So yeah, we'll go back to it then. Okay. But yeah, it was let's see here. And yeah, froze the stream when you tried. Yep, sure did. Sure fuck did. So here's the thing. I saw some people complaining about this. About PG-13 Punisher. Y'all are fucking crazy. This Spider-Man movie, this isn't, you know what? You got your rated R Punisher. It was in Punisher One Last Kill. So clearly, Punisher is not going to be rated R in a Spider-Man movie that Sony knows kids are going to see. I mean, personally, I think Punisher was pretty effective. It's the same thing I've said about other properties. When you take a character that under normal circumstances is a bit more hardcore, and then you place them in a kind of more, I don't mean kid friendly, but I'll just say kid friendly because it's the word that comes to mind, or the phrase that comes to mind. It can work. And you know how I know this, Robo?
Hmm.
I know this because we have seen it before. I can't tell you how many people always brag about the Blade that appeared in the Spider-Man animated series back in the 90s. And you know how we know this? Because this version of Blade did not have a regular sword. He had a plasma sword. He had a fucking laser sword. Had a fucking lightsaber. Out here looking like a whole goddamn Jedi Knight. They had to tone him down because he was not a kid-friendly character.
That's right.
And it worked because a lot of people who didn't know who the fuck Blade was, if you weren't a fan of him by the time that movie came out, you definitely were a fan of him by the time this did. Because if I'm not mistaken, this actually came out a little bit before the movie, actually. So yeah, I'm like, look, dude, the shit can work. I would also like to point out, because like once again, like Blade
they made him white.
yeah, right, like light bright, two shades from white. Which crazy work. Just straight up and down, absolutely diabolical. They say, hey, who's that Negro from look here, actually get that off screen. I need a darker skin Blade. Even here, he's a little bit too light for my taste. I'm like, matter of fact, her too. Both of them.
He's what we call octoroon.
Yeah, he's a hexadecaroon. Yeah, see right here. Oh yeah, that man's 1/64th black.
Yeah.
He's 1/64th black right there.
Yeah, mostly Cherokee. Mostly Cherokee.
Yeah, he's mostly Cherokee, and mostly look. He's like, oh man, he say, yeah, I'm Cherokee on my First Nation side. Yeah, but no, Blade worked, and I'll take you to another one. Some people's mileage with this might vary as well. I don't know. Who knows? I never really fully understand how people's brains work sometimes in regards to the bullshit that people claim they like or dislike. But one of my favorite episodes of the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series, it was Deadpool. Deadpool was in an episode of that, and they even made jokes about the fact that he couldn't curse or kill people or any of that stuff. It actually made the episode funny because you knew what it was that he wanted to say and what he wanted to do. And it
kind
worked
of
out.
Like Brand New Day.
Kind of like Brand New Day. Case in point, Punisher wants to curse. And guess what he's not allowed to do?
That's right.
Not allowed to curse.
Yeah.
So
I hate to break it to people, but Wolverine's not going to be beheading anybody or chopping off limbs or pulling guts out of people like they want when he's in the same screen as Spider-Man.
No,
it's not going to happen.
No, it's not. It's because here's the thing, because you do that. Okay, and that's actually the reason why a lot of the times when we watch these MCU movies, why go back and watch any of the old, especially the older MCU movies like Avengers 1, Age of Ultron. Those movies are incredibly violent, but the reason they're not rated R. It's because the violence is happening to aliens and robots.
Avengers
Infinity War and Endgame are also incredibly violent. It's just that the violence is only happening to, once again, aliens and monsters. You can fucking behead an alien or a robot. Like there's parts where like in Age of Ultron,
or bust out of his stomach.
Right? You can rip something in half. You can literally rip something's head off, rip their arm off, and beat them to death with it. But so long as it's not happening to an actual person, you can do whatever the fuck you want. That's why, like, when people were talking about we talked about this with Predator Badlands. The reason why that movie was rated PG-13.
Oh,
Mike Manhattan and you brought that up at the exact same time. Like went
Oh wow, that's
in the
crazy.
chat.
That is
okay.
wild. Wait. Are you trying to tell me that Mike Manhattan is my other variant? So I got Elite X1 and I got Mike Manhattan now. Okay, I see what y'all are trying to do. Here. Okay, I get it. There you go. Yeah, Alien versus Predator. That was another one that was PG-13. And why? Because most of the violence was happening it was between the predators and the aliens.
And the androids too,
the
right?
androids and shit too. You can get away with that shit. It's the thing is,
if your blood is blue
or white or green,
go crazy. Well,
and because shit, it doesn't take a whole heap of a lot to get an R rating these days. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Those Deadpool movies are not rated R for the violence, at least not entirely. It's the language. The language is doing the heavy lifting for those movies, and I hope people understand that. You can have, I'm not saying that you should have a PG-13 Punisher all the time, but I don't think it hurts the story if the Punisher isn't exactly acting how, because I mean, let's be real here. We've gotten enough of Punisher, especially the John Bernthal Punisher. And I want to, and here's the thing, you're wishing on a monkey's paw. Yeah, you're wishing on a monkey's paw here, because need I remind anybody that there's a price to be paid. There's a price to be paid when you get your when you get that to get that rated R. And y'all remember what it was, right? You got to go back to this. You got to go back to this, and y'all, we remember how this went, right? I'm not this right here. This shot's fine, but it's when you get here, it's like, hey, y'all wanted that rated R. So, hey, now we're going to look, why the fuck when did this shit turn into The Last of Us? That's Joel. That's Joel.
The Last of Us PS2 edition.
I'm just saying. So look, you can wish on a monkey's paw and get that rated R, but please believe this is the type of bullshit you're probably gonna end up fucking seeing, fucking Joel Bernthal. I'm just saying. Cause bruh, I was like, dude, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, dude, shit. I picked up the PlayStation controller. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh no, okay, all right, we're good.
Oh, I thought I was watching the show. I was playing my
right. Yeah. Man, it's look, I ain't gonna hold you though. They were slick with it, because I did kind of want to be like, man, I kind of want to start up Last of Us again. But no, I think to kind of take it a step further, we got with the $20, the angry man channel said PG Punisher. I literally blaze Pete with a 50 cal. I mean, you could do that. You could be. I mean, he did technically shoot him.
appreciate the 20 too.
That's I appreciate the 20. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Peter did get shot. So
Facts.
The difference is that and here's the thing with rated R. I don't think
Notice how much blood came out of a 50 cal shot though.
Oh, I ain't gonna hold you. And see, I wasn't gonna go there first, but you know what I thought about when he took that shot? I was like,
Donald Trump.
Yeah, I was like, right. I was like, damn, the only thing Peter didn't do is stand up and go. If he'd have done that shit, I fucking fell out. But no, you can't. I 100% agree. If this was a Punisher movie, rated R, please, rated R. If this was a Punisher TV show, TVMA all day. If this was a Punisher game, rated M for mature. But if we're talking about Punisher in a Spider-Man thing, or Punisher in an Avengers movie, or Punisher in an X-Men movie, I do think that, yeah, you kind of got to tone him down a little bit. And to be fair, Punisher was bucking. He was bucking. The problem is the people he was shooting at, the point where he's shooting at Hulk. What the fuck is he gonna do to Hulk? He ain't got no bullets for Hulk. He ain't got bullets for that man. Which, I mean, I was fine with. I mean, that went about the way that went about the way I felt it should have gone. Like it should have gone poorly. That said, PlayStation 3 graphics aside, I don't think we know what the Ghost Rider movie is going to be. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's probably going to be PG-13 because it's going to be Ghost Rider versus like some demons, probably.
Demons, right? 100%.
Like
Ghost Rider's not even really that big of like a cussing like kind of dude anyway. You know, he's like more like stare into your soul and that type of shit. You know?
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is? It's like so I'm gonna tell you what it is. Depending on what run of Ghost Rider you're looking at, there's some cursing, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's like, most of the shit he does, it's usually to like people that aren't people. Like, I mean, he does fuck up people, but like him doing a penance stare and burning somebody alive. That isn't a rated R. That's not a even.
Well, there's no blood.
There's no blood. Yeah, and it'll be CG. So
and not only that, probably I wouldn't be surprised if they do some like animation of like being pulled down to hell type shit, or something to like Hellfire,
Because okay, here, what was I'm almost positive I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Ghost Rider movie. PG-13. And what was Spirit of Vengeance 2011? Also PG-13. I mean, it should have been Spirited Away. It should have been Spirited Away. We should never have seen that shit. But no, those movies were PG-13, and that's not why they were bad. And I think that's the problem. I think people would be more okay with PG-13. Also, PG-13 isn't what a lot of people think. I think sometimes people, when they say PG-13, they're thinking PG-13, but really in the back of their mind, no, they're thinking about just PG. And I think people forget PG-13 is actually way more hardcore than they think. You can get away with a lot in a PG-13 movie. You really can. A PG-13 movie, you can get away with all kind of bullshit. But I think the thing is, I think the reason why people are so adamant about it is because PG-13 has long been synonymous with bad superhero movies that involve characters that are normally pretty violent. I think if the movies were better, people wouldn't care as much. I actually really believe if was it Punisher 2004 or the Ghost Rider movies, whatever, if those movies were actually like legitimately good on their own merits, I don't think you really hear people saying as much about, complaining as much about the PG-13. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I have actual hard evidence for this shit. And it's because of one of my absolutely personal favorite Punisher movies of all time. And some of you might even already be aware what that movie is. And it is none other than Punisher Warzone, which was rated R. And I fucking love that movie, but a lot of people fucking hated it. And guess what that movie was, Robo? It was rated R. It was a rated R superstar. Like, this movie was so rated R that when the movie came on, that motherfucker was like, on this day, I see clearly. It was literally coming out to Edge's music. It was that rated R. Motherfuckers were getting blown up, cut in half, heads ripped off, blown off, necks slit, legs being... Look, Motherfucker literally like have you ever watched the Punisher Warzone movie, Robo?
I have not.
Okay, so here's the thing. Within the first 15 minutes of this movie being on, we have seen Punisher kill multiple people.
That's what's up.
This motherfucker literally walks into actually, no, they didn't even walk in.
So he was Max Punisher.
Yes. Yes. Like, oh, this right here. God damn it, Frank. Yeah, there's a scene in the movie where Frank kills somebody in front of somebody else, and he does it so quick and there's a scene where Punisher kicks a chair back into somebody's face, and the chair leg, boom, just goes straight through their fucking eye socket. This and the movie, like, it's almost the violence is so comical, and it is very much like Garth Ennis era Punisher, where like the violence is borderline cartoonish. But the thing is, I love the movie, but a lot of people fucking hated it. And that was the thing. People said, no, we don't want that bullshit Thomas Jane Punisher movie. We want a hard R Punisher movie. We want violence. We want it to be more comic accurate. So the movie is made. And I want to point out something. This is something that I don't see a lot of people talk about in regards to this movie. And I think it is a crime and a travesty that people don't talk about this more. But this movie, Punisher Warzone, was made by a woman. And not just any woman. It was made by Lexi Alexander, a Palestinian woman.
Oh, really?
Matter of fact, the reason why I even caught on to that, I mean, I ended up following her at one point back in the before days of Twitter. And she would actually respond to me about stuff sometimes. And this was before I was anybody. Like, I wasn't even like doing YouTube. But she was a really nice person. But the trailer for the Punisher Warzone movie had this song by a group called, I think they were called Ramallah. And I remember one time when I was watching the trailer, I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics of the song, but it was something about Holy Father of Palestine and all this other stuff, and say a prayer for me, and like all this. I was like, oh shit! I was like, all right, let's go, and the song is in the movie.
Let's do it. Yeah.
The songs of the movie were Punisher's just like breaking off people left and right. It was Ray Stevenson, who under normal circumstances played Volstagg, the he was the big fat Warriors 3 guy in the Thor movies. That was who played Punisher, and he was fucking fantastic. They had Jigsaw in the movie. And he was like but the thing is, Jigsaw was more of a traditional comic book villain. He was crazy, he was off his fucking meds, and was just like wilding and being like really over the top. But like, and they gave him a pretty comic accurate origin where like Frank basically like dumped him in like a fucking glass crusher or some shit like that, and that's how his face got all like chopped up and shit. Like, the movie is crazy. But the thing is, when the movie came out, nobody gave it any love. Everybody was people were either making fun of the movie, or they were talking about how stupid it was, or that it was silly and cartoonish, and all this other stuff.
Because of how violent it was. Like,
because
it was
of
like
how
over
violent
the top.
it was. Because I'm not going to hold you. Remember here, let me pull this back up. This movie, the violence, the level of violence that's in it, I'm not saying it's like Terrifier levels of violence, but like, it ain't that far from it.
It's comic book violence.
Right. It's
right.
And I know people have gotten mad at me for saying this, but there's a reason why I didn't even have a problem with letting Cersei watch the like Terrifier 2 or Terrifier 3, because I was like, this shit's so fucking silly that like,
I don't have a problem with it, but that is kind of wow though. Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, she had already seen Scream 6 by this point. And that movie's way more realistic and violent.
I feel you. Yeah.
Like, so, but it was one of those.
My grandson watched it, and he really like, oh shit, drop the bomb.
Well, it was like the thing is, it was like Terrifier is so comically fucking ridiculous that it's like, it's not real. Like there's no, like, at no point when I watch Terrifier I go, that's real. Whereas like if I watch something like Scream 6 and I'm like, that could happen. That's plausible.
Right, exactly.
But no, like this movie had a lot going for it. Had a to this day I love John Bernthal, but Ray Stevenson is my Punisher. God rest his soul. Ray Stevenson is my Punisher. And they even had a lot of iconography. Like there's a scene where like he's in the dark and he lights like a flare and you see the skull first before you see him. Like a dude just walks up and like he walks across the fucking dinner table and just boom stabs a dude like through his lower jaw up through his, like it was crazy. But yeah, he was breaking off everybody, and it was more accurate to the fact that Punisher would just indiscriminately kill criminals. Like he just didn't give a fuck. Like he wasn't tickling motherfuckers with ice cream and fucking popsicles and shit. Yeah, like he wasn't a fucking 2004 shit. But no, this right here, this is my boy. John Bernthal, great guy. I think he's a good Punisher, but Ray Stevenson, I would take that motherfucker any day of the week. Honestly, it's a crime. It is a crime that he didn't get to continue playing Punisher. And I think we're all poorer for it, but yeah, that's another story altogether. Anyway.
Fair.
Also, man, this guy right here, Gil's Mode, just sending over some gas money.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's what came up.
Man, out here hitting us with the hundo bomb. And no, this is 100% true. This part here is 100% true. He wasn't monologuing; he was just killing. But no, thank you, Gearless, for sending that over. Really appreciate you.
Talk about good timing too. Shit,
bro, man, for real.
Yeah.
say word.
Yeah.
But no, I love, like, I unapologetically love Punisher Warzone. Like, I watched that movie probably more often. I think of any of the Punisher things that have ever been released, it's the one I've watched the most. But that's just me.
That's cool. I should try it. I should probably watch it.
You know what? Honestly, I highly fucking recommend it. I don't know. I don't know if you'll like it, but like, I love it. I love the movie because it's exactly it's what a comic book movie, at least to me at the time, should have been. It told the story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And unlike some other movies, because like this Punisher Warzone, it's technically a standalone movie. It's not. I mean, it is technically a Punisher sequel to the 2004 movie, but because Thomas Jane, they had a whole recast, they basically opted to treat it as kind of a soft sequel. But instead of like being like, okay, well, technically we got a new Punisher, but instead of retelling his origin story all over again, we're going to give you a Punisher who is already out here being the Punisher. Like, we're not going to like start over and be like, okay, we got to make you watch Frank watch his family get killed again.
Right.
They're like, no, he's already the Punisher. He's already out here killing people. He's already out here doing the thing. And like, we'll occasionally allude to the fact that his family was murdered. And for characters like Punisher, I think that's all you ever really truly. I don't need to see his Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Punisher. I don't need to see the motherfucker's origins again. Just fucking get to the. And you know what? That movie was such a course correction because everything people complained about with the 2004 Punisher, they fixed in Warzone, and people still fucking hated it. That's why I say, like, this is why some of these studios will not listen to y'all about certain shit, because y'all will say that y'all, man, don't do this ever again, and do this instead, and then they'll go do the thing you said to do instead, but then you don't show up for the thing that they did that you asked for. This is why studios do not listen to y'all. And I say y'all, I'm not really saying anyone in the chat. I'm just saying people in general. But I'm saying y'all because I know better. I know better. If you see me sit up here, like, case in point, what did I say about Masters of the Universe? Because I didn't go see it in theaters. But I did say, if they do make a sequel and Jared Leto is not in it, I'll go see it in theaters. So if we do get an announced sequel for Masters of the Universe and Jared Leto is confirmed to not be in the movie, you're going to hear me talking about, oh yeah, man, I went to the theater to go see it this weekend. And then I'll say whether I liked it or disliked it. You're not going to see me go, well, yeah, they took him out of it, but I'm still not going to go. See, that's being disingenuous. That is being disingenuous. And that's not good. We got us another one here. We got, with the 5, we got from TJX. Says Punisher with Daredevil. Fuck you, Murdoch. Meanwhile, Punisher with Spider-Man. My man. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But the reality is that's on Netflix. Or rather, in the case of if it's on Born Again, we're talking about Disney Plus. But Disney Plus has changed a lot. In the time since all this has come along, but no, I'm still here for it regardless. Like I said, I think for characters that are a little more softer edge, like Spider-Man, kids are gonna be there. Kids.
That's right, 100%.
Daredevil,
100%.
kids aren't checking for and this is the chapter president of the Daredevil fan club. I'm here to tell y'all, kids aren't checking for Daredevil. Our attendance is
I'll
low.
tell you, I totally has nothing to do with nothing, but somebody brought up Moonlight. Oh, can we talk about DID? But
Moon Knight, yeah.
Is Moon Knight dead? I mean, like, is it?
No.
Are they? I know.
No.
I'm not saying Ian World. I'm like, what's going on? Are they gonna give? Are they gonna give more shit?
Well, see, the thing is, I heard, and this is why I said what I said last week about the whole Wonder Man thing. Like, even though, yeah, they did say they were going to make a season 2 of Wonder Man, I didn't believe it because it was kind of the way it was announced, it was so like, there was no fanfare to it. There was no like, hey guys, guess what? We're making season 2 of Wonder Man. It was more like we're working on season 2 of Wonder Man. A show that, mind you, they were ready to delete and not release. But they only responded.
It was so
because
good
of positive. Well, and that's the thing. The streaming numbers for it were soft the first week, but because of word of mouth, it went up. And people realized the show was really good. That's why Disney said what they said. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a season 2. And then you later find out, actually, no, we're not. That's why I don't trust them. That's why I don't trust them on anything. When they said they were going to do, because with Moon Knight, they said they didn't have any plans for season 2, that it was supposed to be a contained show. And then there were conflicting rumors saying, well, actually, there might be a season 2. And no one ever really said anything. And I think when Oscar Isaac was asked about it, he was kind of like, I don't know. Because the thing is, the thing that they set up was his other personality. They set up and this is why Marvel is so frustrating to me, because you have a character who, I mean, yeah, some people were kind of hit or miss. Some people were hit or miss on the show, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. But the whole Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, Mark Spector dynamic, yeah, there were people who, they were kind of iffy. They were iffy on it. And, I didn't really like how they introduced the whole thing, like how they treated the different personas, because they were kind of antithetical to what they were in the comics, but I got over it eventually because Oscar Isaac put on a killer performance that just basically, this is why I always say, like, comic accuracy doesn't really matter if you can pull off the shit you changed.
That's
and
right.
The fact that what was the boy's name? Stephen Grant. The fact that Stephen Grant was like a weak-willed coward of a person who wasn't even like wealthy or a socialite like how he is in the comics, I was like, you know what? Oscar's actually playing this character so fucking good.
Right.
I don't care that he's not the thing he's supposed to be. And when and obviously the Mark Spector of it all, Mark Spector was a little bit more on point. But then when they actually finally got to the spoilers for Moon Knight, when they get to the end, they finally reveal that he's now in the Jake the Jake Longley persona. I was like, okay, we're finally here. I was like, or not Jake Longley, Jake Lockley. I don't know why I said Longley. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thinking about fucking basketball. Wait, hold, I'm doing something real quick. Okay, here, let's cut that off and see if that changes anything. Anyway, this thing was being weird again. I feel like it's like once we go to a certain time, that's when it's like, all right.
Yeah.
It's like cut that shit.
You know what? Next week, Indie Rec.
Next week it is like, it's like, well, I think I know what happened. I noticed just now when everything kind of went squirrely, it was my VPN. At least I'm assuming that's what it was. I realized, dude, this whole time that we've been streaming, I had my VPN on, and I normally don't. But when I have my VPN on, obviously it's not going to be like as fast as what it normally would be. So I think that's actually what it was. But no, I think that with Moon Knight, like, and let's also remember too, Disney does not do season 2s very often. Daredevil is the exception. And that's because Daredevil did Killer. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these shows is that, for one, people spend most of their time complaining about them as opposed to enjoying them.
Right.
But also, people aren't watching a lot of these other shows as much as they were watching Daredevil, at least as far as I can tell. But like just about every show, no matter how fucking good it is or how entertaining it is, people spend most of their fucking time online complaining. So that's why you don't get more of them. That I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but that's like, I think it's safe to say Marvel pays attention to online chatter because that was one of the reasons why the Marvel Netflix shows were kind of treated the way they were at first. Because one of the things they kept saying was, we would put the show out, all 13 episodes, people would binge the 13 episodes in the first weekend or first 2 weekends, and then the show would never be talked about again.
Right.
Like they were watching what was trending. Like, it would be Marvel, Netflix, Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, even Iron Fist to a lesser extent, Jessica Jones to a greater extent. Those shows would be constantly trending the first week or two that they came out. And then like after that, it wouldn't be trending again unless like they released a trailer for a next season. And it's kind of the same case with the Disney Plus stuff. That's why the Disney Plus stuff comes out week to week a lot of the time. They put it out week to week, so you keep fucking talking about it. But the problem now is that it's not that people aren't talking about it as much, but now you have a new problem. People are talking about it week to week, but they're bitching and whining every fucking week that they talk about it. And if they're not just bitching and whining about it the weeks that they're talking about it, after the show finally is off, they're not talking about it anymore until they finally find out like a month or a year or two later that they're not getting a season 2. And it's like, well, this is like an abusive relationship. And I mean abusive in terms of it's abusive towards the studio. And I know that sounds weird because normally, fuck a corporation. But fans are terrible. Fans are terrible.
I mean, two things can be true at once. Like, fuck, fans are terrible. Fuck the corporation, but man, you guys are eating shit.
Yeah, it's like y'all sit up here. You know what it's like. I'm not trying to make light of spousal abuse, but yeah, you know what? This is a perfect example. I finally watched Evil Dead Burn the other night, and
how'd you like it?
Oh, I loved it. I will say, okay. I think it went a little longer than it probably should have, but I liked it a lot. I think I can see why people are kind of iffy on it because it's very different from like as different as Evil Dead Rise is from the 2013 Evil Dead and how different the Evil Dead 2013 is from the Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead 2 that came before it. I feel like Evil Dead Burn is as different as those things are from those other things as it is to Evil Dead Rise, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. Actually, I enjoyed it a lot, but there's a abusive relationship component in that movie. And that's, I feel, is a picture perfect example of how fans treat these studios. Y'all demand this, that, and the third, and then they give it to you, and then you bitch, moan, and whine about it the whole fucking time that they're handing it to you. And then you wonder why they won't do it again. And I'm sorry, but that's abusive. That would be like me telling y'all, hey man, hey, what do y'all want to see? And y'all say, hey, we want to see this. And then I say, hey, okay, well, we're going to do this. You said y'all want to see this. I'm going to do this. And then y'all go like, well, this fucking sucks. Y'all said y'all wanted this. It's like, come on, man. Yeah, work with me. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. And I hate it. I hate it for everybody, all parties involved, because I think everybody should get what they want, but I also think that you can't just expect a corporation to give you something and then keep giving it to you when you say that you now hate it. Like, that's why a lot of these pivots and shit happen. That's why I think Deadpool and Wolverine happened the way that it did. Because they're like, man, look, we're losing our white males. Give them a movie with no Negroes in it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do.
Give them a movie with no Negroes. They'll be happy.
You can have women, but they gotta, like, you know, be supporting whatever the main character is doing. Which is obviously a dude, you know, white dude.
Also, the fact that, like, the first Deadpool movie of the 3 that they have done make it like it's such a story tradition. But I was like, damn. I was like, his girlfriend was like not even in this. Like, why did they even bring her back? I was like, she's in 2 scenes, the beginning and the end. I was like, that's crazy. But no. That said, here, let's see here. What's this question? This is from Lamar Norman says, hey, Blerd Robo, has X-Men 97 low-key shown how weak Charles Xavier is without X-Men, with him losing every fight this season? I mean, to be fair, the fights he's been in have been against really powerful people. People who are more powerful than him in some respects. Not so much with Gambit. Well, to be fair, the Gambit he's going up against is physically more powerful. Danger also more because I'm gonna be like honest with you, if Danger's piecing up like all the other X-Men, then yeah, Charles is toast. Not to mention, you know, she's not human, so he can't control her or do the things to her that maybe he would have liked. But no, I've never thought of Charles as a strong character, like in terms of power, because shit. Motherfuckers always screaming and hollering.
Damn.
Yeah. But no, and I agree with Elite. It was good. I don't think I liked it as much as Rise. That's kind of where I'm like in the hierarchy. I actually like Rise probably about as much. Like Rise in 2013. That's kind of where they are for me. They kind of like shift depending on where I'm at that day. But like Burn is like right there. Like I liked Rise. Like, and I was shocked to find out people didn't like Rise. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I was like, Rise is lit. I was like, the movie's lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, what are you gonna do?
Which one is the one that had it was raining blood and she had the chainsaw and shit?
That was 2013. Yeah, that was 2013.
Man, I love that shit so much.
Yeah. See,
I definitely like Rise for sure. Yeah. But it was a little sad. I'm like, no, I want a sequel to that shit. But it was still good.
Well, and when you get through Burn, that's when you kind of figure out there is like some like kind of greater thing that's going on. But I won't go into that for people that don't want to know. But no, that the way they've kind of like differentiated the different films within the franchise, and how like the ass shit exists in all of them, but it's just like they're all dealing with very different aspects of the evil. It's crazy, but no, I thought it was fantastic though. I really enjoyed it a lot. Let's see here. We got one here says, this is from Gilles Mo says, I heard a rumor Xavier uses his powers to keep those powerhouses loyal. If you know, you know. You know what? Charles really on that bullshit. He really on that bullshit. Well, I mean, you think about it, man. He's used his powers in the past to like, wipe people's memories, to keep them from going off and doing this, that, and the third. Not wanting to give people info that maybe would have been nice for them to have. Charles is a piece of shit. This is why I don't fuck with Charles like that. Also, thank you for that. 1999 super chat. Also, Gearless, when you get a chance, check your DMs in Discord because I sent you a surprise. And
did you get that other
let's see,
1999 or I missed that?
No, I got it. It's up here. I got it.
Okay, yeah.
We got to know this is Gabriel, the Dark Knight. Says, it's been a while since I got a chance to listen to the show live. It's been a pleasure listening to you guys while I work. Happy you're still going strong. Thank you. Happy you're still here. And like, hey, look, we here for you. We we gonna hold you down while you putting in the hours. Also, thank you for that. 1999 super chat. And I want to make sure because I think there was want to make sure I have
definitely one more now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, when you put it like that, I was like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, oh, and then it popped up. I was like, oh, yeah. Got us another one here. So also, who's worse, Xavier or Richards? Man, I'm not gonna hold you.
Xavier. I think it's no different.
You know what? I'm gonna give it. Look, Reed,
Child Soldier. I wanted to smash Jean Grey, and then I stepped out of it. Yeah,
yeah. I gotta give it to Xavier, and that's clearly the reason why, because Charles, he did all that. Reed, to my understanding, I've yet to find anything where he's like perved on a younger person, or
he's a bad husband.
He's a bad husband.
Maybe kind of a bad person. Maybe
he's he's also a bad father.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Like he's not a good person, but he's not. No. I collect mutant children for my little personal army.
Yeah. No, not at all. Also, I do want to give a shout out because I actually did miss these from earlier. We got a Silver Surfer in the Blerd Club Silver Mine. How appropriate. And let's see here. Oh, you know what? I did miss these. Somehow. Here, let me go. I'm gonna scroll back here. Oh, but wait, did we do the jingle? Did we get the jingle in there? I don't think, did we?
Not the third time, nope.
Oh, well then fuck it. Hey, thank you, Gearless, for another 1999. Super chat. And we also got Screwface Capone. Hit us with a 5 earlier, and somehow I missed it. Says they're gonna have a scene of Doom and Latveria smoking on that Magneto pack mixed with Professor X and Cyclops, then dissing Jean Grey on Instagram. You know what? I've heard. I don't know if this is true. I've heard some rumor that the shit that they have shown us thus far is misleading as fuck, which it usually is, but more misleading than usual. I'll put it like that. We'll see, but I feel like there's something else going on in that movie that they haven't shown us yet, and for good reason, because it would be a spoiler. But we'll see soon. And also, shout out to the Elite X1 with the $2 Streamlabs super chat. Said, did y'all know Kieran Gillen wrote the Marvel Tokon Fighting Soul story mode? I actually did not know that. This man better be getting top dollar for his works. Anyway, more great games with too many games to play. See you in the sweats. Dude, Marvel, you know what? I did not know that he did the Tokon Fighting Soul story, which is kind of wild. I didn't. Yeah, and you know what? Good on him. They picked the right guy. Dude, that is also. Did you hear they made it free for PlayStation Plus? Like if you're a PlayStation Plus, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. You got PlayStation Plus. You can get that bad boy for free.
Well, your boy doesn't have a PS5 anymore. I gave it to my daughter/grandson.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna tell you.
You ain't missing it.
I forget it's gone sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's right. I don't have one. I haven't. I couldn't. I could. They were like, so she came in. She came and was like, do you even play that anymore? Because she likes playing The Sims, and he plays Fortnite on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I look at that shit gathering dust, and I'm like, man, go ahead and take that shit out of here.
Yeah, get that bullshit up out of here. I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'd have done the same thing. You know what? I guess let's do the thing. Let's do the thing.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna
pass the fuck out over here.
Yeah. We're gonna do the Elite X1 indie game recommendation of the week. Or actually, we would if my button actually worked. But let's see. Will it do it now? It is not doing it now. Okay, well, fine. I guess fuck me then. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
Greetings, it's your boy the Elite X1 with this week's indie game recommendation. Morbid Metal, a Screen Juice, started out as a solo developed university project and became a full-blown indie project that caught the attention of publisher Ubisoft. And that's a good thing because they needed some fresh blood badly. But I digress. Morbid Metal tosses you into a dystopian, futuristic simulation where humanity has collapsed and the planet has been overtaken by machines. What remains is a world of ruined megastructures, abandoned industrial cities, and artificial life that's evolved long after civilization disappeared. As 3 of the few advanced combat androids still active, your mission is to push through these hostile environments, reveal the cause of humanity's downfall, and survive against the mechanical forces that now rule the Earth. While that all gives Morbid Metal a strong sense of mystery, it's the Arkham-style combat that truly steals the show. The defining feature is its real-time character swapping. Instead of committing to the initial character flux, you can instantly transform between 2 other androids, Echo and Vector. Each of the trio come with completely different weapons, abilities, and combat styles. One character specializes in lightning-fast blade attacks, another delivers crushing heavy blows, while the other offers ranged options and different tactical advantages. Rather than feeling like separate characters, they become parts of an upgradable tag team combo system. That all makes every fight incredibly dynamic. Success isn't just about memorizing combos, it's about knowing exactly when to switch characters to extend attacks, avoid incoming damage, and unleash devastating ability chains. The better you get at rotating through your team, the more stylish and deadly you'll become. The enemies also come in a variety of flavors. Swarms of aggressive flying machines, hulking elite units, and imposing bosses force you to constantly adapt your strategies. Dodging, positioning, and understanding each character's strength become just as important as landing attacks, creating fights that reward skill over simple button mashing. This combat system derives a fine line between Devil May Cry and the Arkham Batman games. The roguelike structure keeps things moving forward. Every completed area unlocks new upgrades, abilities, and improvements that let you experiment with different builds and stronger synergies through your android forms. Even failed runs contribute to your long-term persistent progression with the hub shop, making each attempt feel worthwhile. Visually, Morbid Metal delivers a striking sci-fi aesthetic. Massive abandoned factories, overgrown technology, and futuristic ruins paint the picture of a world reclaimed after humanity's fall. The fluid animations, explosive special attacks, and seamless transformations make every encounter look spectacular while reinforcing the game's high-speed combat. Morbid Metal stands out as an indie gem by blending stylish action, roguelike progression, and one of the most creative character swapping systems in recent memory. It's built around constant transformation, and once you start treating every character as part of one continuous moveset, the combat reaches another level of combo-filled badassery. Combine that with this mysterious post-human world and satisfying roguelike combat system, and it's an indie action game that's super easy to recommend. If you're looking for something that feels both familiar and genuinely fresh, Morbid Metal is absolutely worth the $18 asking price.
All right, we are back. Yeah, I'm tired, so we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
I got food waiting me. I'm ready to eat. I need to eat. If I don't eat, I'll probably turn into a big green rage monster. And then nobody will understand why or how it
No,
happened.
they'd be like, "What's going on? Like, why is he acting like that?" Yeah,
I don't understand. Why is he green now all of a sudden? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, let's see. What's this right here? Thoughts on DeWolf? Honestly, I didn't think anything of it. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't really pay it much mind. That was old girl from the Bear. From the Bear that was playing her. Yeah, actually, I didn't put a whole heap of thought into it when I was watching the movie. I might have to go back because I mean she's in the movie a fair bit, but once again, kind of similar to what I said before, that don't get attached to who some of these actors are playing. Because I remember when she was initially cast, everybody was like, "Oh man, she's gonna be Miles Morales' mom," or some bullshit. I was like, first off, I think she's a little. She might be a little bit too old for that, but like I'm just not trying to
just saying.
Not that ain't even shade. That's just facts. But yeah, when all that was going on, that's kind of where my mindset was, and like I said, it was fine. It was fine. It was cool. I thought it was kind of an interesting choice. Considering what else was going on in the movie, but I didn't really put a whole heap of a lot of thought into her character is kind of the crazy part. And it's like, I wasn't really thinking about it, but I was cool with it. But like, once again, kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about, hey, when they get those actors from things that like are really popular, don't expect them to be anybody important. Because when everybody was saying, oh yeah, no, she's gonna be Miles's mom. And I was like, no, she's not. She's gonna be a random character that you're gonna have to pretend that exists. And then you're gonna go cry in the car.
And then I'm gonna tell I'm gonna lean over to my wife and be like, "Oh yeah, this is one of the most powerful mutants out there." And some guy next to me is gonna go, "The fuck?"
It's like, what? Yeah, no, that's exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. That is exactly the reason why I thought it was kind of weird though is that, like, if I remember correctly, and I don't have a lot of memory towards her in this regard, but I feel like there was some kind of an angle between those two that like went beyond like like a friendship, if I remember correctly. But like that's why I thought it was a strange character for I thought it was a strange character to include in the MCU. But the MCU does that shit all the time. They'll take a random character and put him in there and be like, here you go. See, look what we did. Aren't you so proud of us? Please clap. And everybody was, deep cut. And everybody was be like,
who's that?
Who's that character? Oh, actually, that's Jean DeWolf. She's the most powerful mutant in the Marvel Comics universe.
True.
Oh my god, I fucking hate it. But no, yeah, that is I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what they do with it, but yeah.
All right, let's who we coming for?
You know what? I know who. I know who deserves this.
Nice.
So
did all that out of order. Yeah, I think I threw you off a little bit.
No, not really. I mean, really, we're here. No, but no, we got for Robo of Left Face TV. I'm the Blerd Without Fear. William Metzger.
We coming for you, nigga.